listening to WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. You are now listening to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Tuesday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thanks so much for joining us. I deeply, deeply appreciate it. We do have a lot of fun set up for you today and a tiny bit of information as well. We'll get you all caught up with news, woke news. Jamie King, Fox 35 chief meteorologist, joins us today at 4 o'clock to talk about the impending doom of storm that yet is brewing out in the coast.
Hey, don't you talk about Fred like that.
Well, push What'd You Do that's new to 4:15 because we're going to talk about Deb's Have a Good Trip, an adventure in psychedelics that she recommended. Jack will give us his today. Plus trivia, Raw's Thoughts, Last Call, your calls and text all day long. Welcome to the program. I am Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead, producer Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
Comedy alien Ross Padgett.
How you doing, Jim?
407-916-1041. Text us always at 77031. You can find us on social easily. Instagram, Facebook at The Jim Colbert Show. Twitter, just at Jim Colbert Show. We do have a TikTok account as well. I never mentioned that, but we do. We do stream the show on 440 streaming platforms. We took our lead from the Olympics and decided to break it up into 70 different ways so that everybody can even get it more difficult to get the show. Facebook, Twitch, and, of course, on YouTube. And if you don't mind, give us a like on our YouTube channel. It's brand new. We'd appreciate that very much. And you take us wherever you go using the iHeartRadio app. Everybody's Tuesday good?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Tuesday good?
I had a sandwich just straight up turn my day around.
Did you really?
I've never
Food
poisoning?
No, it was for the better. I went ahead, woke up, a little cranky, little like, what's the point of this whole existence thing?
Okay, that's more than cranky, but that's fine.
I suppose so. And then
Welcome to my world.
And then I went ahead, I ripped through a roast beef sandwich with cheese,
Nice.
well done, and I was like, that is what's up.
Right,
Where?
there you go. You found life in some roast beef.
Is
Oh,
it
yeah.
where it's always where?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the beefy.
Yeah.
All right.
Man, I thought it was something
I don't know.
new.
It's holding out hope that he'll go to a supermarket,
And make it himself.
buy some groceries, and put a sandwich together for himself.
That's what I thought. I thought for the first time. But
No.
there's no way his fiance would allow roast beef to be in the house.
Oh no, there's roast beef in the house as we speak.
Is there really?
Yeah, it's just not mine.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I know. And also, I know she's. I always feel a little weird telling a vegan to be like, "Hey, buy some salami," but she's still down. She's just happy that I'm grocery shopping.
I forgot.
That's her choice, right? I mean, it's not your choice; it's her choice. That's very mature of her, by the way.
I forgot that they live in an area where all the grocery stores are only female only.
Right, yeah.
The males aren't allowed to go in.
But I think it's important you say that because I do believe a lot of couples they'll do get into that thing where if one person in the relationship starts doing something, the other person kind of expects them to join in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that happens. My wife is doing Pilates right now, and she's killing it. She's in the best shape she's ever been in her entire life. And, she says, they have male classes.
Yeah.
Let the countdown begin
And I said,
before she pokes your pudgy midsection and goes, that's so soft.
And I said, do they now? Do they all wear capri pants and funny shoes like the rest of them? I said, no, I'm not a Pilates guy. I'm not real. I'm not a bender.
You do seem like a guy that would pronounce it pilates.
I'm not a bender. So I'm not a Pilates
I think you're
guy.
a bender.
Man, she's got this thing.
You're not a bendy. That's the difference.
She's got this thing that looks like a handicapped toilet at the house.
Yeah.
It's got this cushion on it, and it's wood. And the whole idea is you put your head in there, you go upside down, and then you use the weight of your legs to work out. You do scrunches and crunches, and then you lay your all the way back. And I was like, man, I would have been dead 10 seconds into that thing, my neck snaps without question.
What?
Because I fall back or something. She's got much better balance than I do.
I can tell you, Pilates is one of those workouts that when you're watching it, you're like, oh, wow, look at the suburban moms pretending they're working out. And then you do a Pilates workout.
Then you get your balls kicked in.
You do. You wake up the next day. It's one of the weirdest workout sores because it is such a core workout. The workout sore goes so deep inside.
Her abs
hurt in ways that you didn't know your abs could hurt. But man, what an effective and low impact, great way to get like a swimmer's body or a dancer's body.
She told me that same thing. Like she worked out with
long
weights.
and sleek.
Worked out with weights. She said we're after her second or third Pilates class because she does a bunch of them in a row. She could barely move for like 2 days. But then when it
give me a moment to just sit up straight. Yeah, all right.
Once you get past that initial pain, it's all fine. She's like into it now, like fully addicted. But yeah, see.
So you will be soon too, whether you like it or not.
But you know what? My wife did the vegetarian thing for a while and still barely eats meat, but doesn't really require that I do that. Doesn't really even push me to do that. So I know that. I mean, that's kind of cool though, because I mean, she's not really pushing you to become a vegan or vegetarian.
Yeah, no. And here's the thing: just by proxy, and I'm going to eat less meat because she doesn't have a ton of meat in the house, and I'm still gonna be hungry. And I wouldn't say I'm necessarily a very picky eater, but like I said, it's like I got some Italian dried sausage up in my fridge right now that I just munch on when I get home.
Yeah, I mean, you are a good eater. Everything I've ever made for you, you've at least tried. You're not a picky eater at all.
And,
not even close.
And some things I enjoy that are like super vegetarian or vegan that she doesn't like. I love seaweed salad.
Oh, yeah.
But I think his fiance does deserve the credit for not being one of those vegans that your crew doesn't want to hang with because they make going to a restaurant so difficult. Olivia hangs no matter where you go. She never sits there and makes a face or complains about. I mean, she's a vegan who understands some places are really cool about it, some places aren't, and she just rolls with it.
Good way to put it is it hasn't become her identity.
Right.
Like the people who do that, and they, it's the old joke, how somebody's a vegan, you round them for 30 seconds, they'll wind up telling you type thing. She's not like that at all. And she's not preachy at all either.
No, not very preachy at all over kind of anything. Yeah. She's very happy that I think the reason why me and her work very, very well, the best I have experienced, that we embrace our individualness.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, that's so important.
I can't be in that relationship where it's like we share the same Facebook account. I'm like,
no. That is so very important. Jim Phillips, for you guys who don't know, who did the slot here for many, many years. He and his wife did the same thing. He would go off and do these adventures, horse riding adventures, and she would do her own thing. Then they would do a vacation together. I think that's the healthy way to do it. I mean, I really do believe you need time away from somebody who even though you love them very, very much, and I love being around my wife more than anybody on planet Earth, but I also love being away for a few days because it makes that heart grow fonder kind of thing. Yeah. There is no truer, what are those little things? Colloquialisms? What is that?
Look, you
trying
to that's the turn of phrase. Stereotype.
Yeah,
it's kind of a stereotype, but it's true. Stereotype has a negative connotation.
There's little mythy things that they tell you. The heart grows fonder. The absence makes the heart.
Oh, yeah.
There is nothing more true than that. When you love somebody very much, you long to be with them. But a few days away makes it even a little better.
Yeah, because you realize what you're missing. And not only that, you're not taking your vacation time to do something that ultimately you're going to end up resenting.
Oh, no. It's dirty hookers. I'm joking.
Chris would love to go and visit all the baseball, the legendary baseball parks around
when are
the
you
country.
leaving?
Yeah, great trip.
Road trip.
But I don't want him to feel like that's something he has to plan with me. It's like, dude, plan that with your dad or some great
cool
memory that's between a father and son. Don't drag my ass, because then I'm going to drag you to see Ice Cube at Red Rock.
Yeah. But that's
and then
cool.
we're going to go visit every store.
But that's cool because
wait, I'm on board with that one too.
Let's do that.
Would you adopt me?
This little country thing that we're doing now. I've never been a big country music fan ever. But we're doing this weird thing where we're going to these little cities, and she likes country music. I like it enough to hang out. I'm not going to, it makes her super happy. But for me, the cool thing is I get to go all these cool cities.
Right.
I get to try the great food. I get to try the great beer. And if I have to sit through a country show to do that and make my wife happy, guess what I'm going to do?
You boot goofing.
I'm going to boot scoot my balls off.
You boot scoot
and then,
goof booter, dude.
And then go have some fun and get a little buzz. Tiny buzz. Boot scooting buzz.
A little boot scooting.
All right, 407-916-1041. Got a bunch of fun stuff to talk about today. You guys are getting married. And it's going to be very interesting because have you guys set dates yet?
Yes.
You have not?
No.
Okay. So
also, when you say you guys are getting married, it sounds like me and Deb are committed to each other.
Ross and his fiancée Olivia and
don't sound so scared.
And Deborah and her fiancé Chris.
Let's make a macchiato.
But weddings are changing, and you're gonna love why. We're gonna talk about that a little bit later.
Becoming
as
cheaper?
Well. No, they're not becoming cheaper.
Nope.
Also,
God no.
The female Korean Olympics team is going through something very interesting culturally. And I'm extremely interested to see how you guys feel about it, and specifically you two. how you feel about it as well, because it is a really interesting thing. Also, we have a relationship contract story as well. Plus, like I said, your calls and your texts all day long. Deb, what's coming up for news?
Well, normally we kick off the newscast keeping it close to home, but today we have a pretty big national story, so we're going to kick it off with New York Governor Andrew Cuomo.
No Cuomo.
Remains rather defiant while resigning office today. Caribbean system is not yet a tropical storm, but that's expected literally any moment now. And Jimmy, as you said just a few moments ago, we're going to be talking to Fox 35 Chief Meteorologist Jamie King at 4 o'clock to go more in depth with this storm and how it's going to affect us and our weekend.
It is going to affect your weekend. There's no question it's going to affect your weekend some. So I just want to give everybody a heads up here on a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday.
You have your big plans. This looks like
it's the truth, man.
Jack, your paddleboarding and bicycle trip is always over. Your baseball Hall of Fame trip is done. What else you got there?
No, and then
he said that like he is a father of multiple children. I like that.
Son of a bitch.
Mentally, I might take vacations during the show, but when I just heard about my weekend being rained out, and I'm like, I don't like this.
I don't like it either, but our job is to make sure you're prepared, so at least hopefully it'll be nothing more than an inconvenience. And then one of our palate cleansers this afternoon during Woke News is a story about Utah's Republican governor having a little fun with a, quote, very concerned citizen, end quote.
Oh, God.
And his last name.
Okay.
And it's becoming a big problem.
Is it really?
And we're going to cover that and so much more coming up during Woke News.
Absolutely. 407-916-1041. Jack, we were just pontificating here during the break.
Ooh, look at you, big word.
We know that Cuomo...
Thank God.
You know what destroys all that? You making fun of me using that word. Oh, look at Jimmy. Good word.
It's a big word.
Good boy.
He's growing up.
Yeah, don't you feel great?
Is this
First day of school for Jimmy.
Yay!
Where's my sign?
I don't know. We got to do that in a commercial
I feel
break.
weird even saying the rest of the story now.
What about Cuomo?
Can we remember, has New York ever had a female governor?
I will have the details on that. That will be my very first story. What a big boy you are. I'm so proud of you.
I remember when he used to be this thin.
Ouch. What are you doing?
I don't know, dude. I blacked out. I just trusted my gut there. I really regret it.
That's
You do it too.
That's awesome. That's all right, buddy. I'm just going to drag you through the hole by your hair.
Yeah, okay, it's fine.
It'll be fine for a little bit.
Out of
plenty
jealousy.
If I can keep a grip on that greasy mop. It's this prison piss mop of hair you have over there.
So bad.
We really do like each other, people.
My hair sucks.
Well, I don't know. Wait for What'd You Do That's New to find out if we really like each
Your
other.
hair is the color of a horse toothbrush.
It's not good. It's not good.
All right, back in a second with Deb's News and more of the Jim Colbert Show.
I got whale teeth hair.
Enjoy your dominance over artificial intelligence while you can.
Did the coffee machine always have a laser cannon?
Tell your smart speaker to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, shop the rest, buy from the best, goldsmithjewelry.com.
Stop and go volume heading west on the beach line. This is between State Road 520 and the Dallas Mainline Toll Plaza due to a car fire on the right shoulder now. Eastbound travel on I-4 is slow from a crash taking up the right lane between Parr Street and Fairbanks Avenue. We're seeing delays too eastbound between State Road 434 and the Lake Mary Rest area. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples Connect has amazing prices for everything on your back-to-school list. The TI-84 Plus CE graphing calculator is just $99.99. That's a $55 savings. In-store only offer ends 8/14, limit 2. Visit your local Staples store and be more than ready for school. Staples.
Man, when I think about a custom fence from Mossy Oak Fence, I think about high quality. I also think about the skilled craftsmen over at Mossy Oak because they only use the very best materials when building your fence and high quality. That's high quality that's backed by the best warranty in the business. Also think about sensibility because here's the thing. Mossy Oak offers affordable payment plans as well, but I do think about safety and security more than anything because your family's safety and security is Mossy Oak's #1 priority. So look, if you're thinking about a fence, a brand new fence, you got to think Mossy Oak Fences. Simply visit mossyoakfences.com, and as always, let the Mossy family protect your family today.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
Did you know that Solis Health Plans gives you up to $1,200 per year in OTC products? Yes, up to $1,200 per year in OTC products. Brand name quality products. That's a relief. Furthermore, with Solis, you don't have a copay when visiting primary doctors or specialists. Zero. Call now and join a local health plan that makes a difference. 1-833-33-SOLIS. 1-833-33-SOLIS. Solis Health Plans. Amazing healthcare just around the corner.
What? Just 15 seconds to talk about Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea? That smooth taste of real brewed tea with just the right kick of alcohol. What? We started already. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Look for it in the bright yellow cans.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
At Navy Federal Credit Union, we help our members execute missions every day, like Operation...
Earn cash back on tutus, dance lessons, and tiaras, so I can get a little more towards something for me.
Or Operation...
Pay for soccer, pay for piano, pay for dinner. Then use the cash back on something for mama.
The Cash Rewards card from Navy Federal gives you 1.5% cash back on purchases and has your back with fraud protection. Apply now. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members of the mission. Open to the armed forces, the DoD, veterans, and their families. Insured by NCUA.
I'm Katie. I was in a bad car accident. I woke up in the hospital 6 weeks later. My husband called attorney Glenn Klotzman. I met with Glenn. He said he would take care of everything, just keep healing. I feel blessed he was there to help. I'm doing well. I'm so thankful Glenn Klotzman was there for us. The results he got for us were way more than expected. He's more than an attorney. He's a friend. Call him at 407-917-1718. KLAUSMAN law.com. Winter Park.
International Diamond Center's best event of the year is happening now with your choice of 2 incredible offers. Offer number 1, an instant 25% savings on all wedding bands. You heard it right. Now, for a limited time, get our best price ever on all wedding bands. 25% off across the board. Or if you prefer, you can take advantage of offer number 2. 0 interest financing for 36 months on any purchase. And IDC will even cover your first 2 payments. This incredible finance option is for everything. Rings, pendants, bands, bracelets, designer jewelry, even certified diamonds. Pick any item, spread your payments over 3 years with 0 interest, and as a bonus, IDC will even cover your first 2 payments. So you can save big on wedding bands or take advantage of this incredible finance offer. Whichever you choose, you can't lose during IDC's Summer of Savings event, now through the end of August, only at International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations on approved credit.
Ah, there's no place like Panera, where a bite of the toasty, saucy Chipotle chicken avocado melt tastes like, focaccia. A cool and refreshing strawberry poppy seed salad al fresco is so sweet. And a cheesy Chipotle chicken and bacon flatbread pizza in your favorite booth feels just right. So treat yourself, because there's no place like Panera. Order on the app today. Restrictions apply. Visit PaneraBread.com.
It's hot. It's humid. You wanted a relaxed pool party / barbecue. You got the human tsunami instead. Cannonball! Today, he's going for a world record splash that'll send inflatable swans into orbit. Dripping wet, you grab an ice-cold can of Heineken. When another man-child-made wave embraces you. Incoming. It's okay, though. He's not splashing you. He's adding more refreshment to your refreshment. Heineken. Where others see annoying splashers, we see immediate refreshment. Must be 21 plus to purchase. Enjoy responsibly.
Dunkin' Go-Tos are great deals on 2 of your Dunkin' favorites. You can get 2 egg and cheese wake-up wrap sandwiches for $2, 2 sausage, egg, and cheese wraps for $3, 2 bagels with cream cheese spread for $4, and 2 bacon, egg, and cheese croissants for $6. America runs on Dunkin'. No substitutions, exclusions apply. Participation may vary. Must buy 2.
Thousands of free playlists are being created now by people just like you on the free iHeart app. At iHeart, we think every mood and activity deserves a playlist, so we made it totally free for you to start creating your very own. Working out, chilling out, or maybe you're getting ready for tailgate season. We made it super easy. Start by searching for a song, or simply add a song you hear streaming on your favorite station like this one directly into a playlist, and we'll help with the other songs to finish it. Only on the free iHeart app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one.
Best price the first time. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch. Yeah. We like it when you watch. At The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. That is how you call the show. And remember, you do not have to wait for us to bring something up. If you have something on your mind that you would like some advice on or just like to talk about, that's why this is a talk show. We can give you 4 completely differing opinions on something, and we love to hear it. And nobody's here to rag on you or make you look like a fool. We don't do that here, unless you say something really stupid. Then we have a good time doing it. But you can do that. Engage us, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. Jack and Ross right over there. Deb has your news.
And now, it's time for Woke News. It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole world. On the Jim Colbert Show.
Let's do this, people. Woke News brought to you by Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don. Give him a listen Saturday when he's also host of the Home Loans Radio Show. Like I said before, normally we kick things off close to home, but today a pretty big national story. So let's start in New York, where Governor Andrew Cuomo remains defiant in his resignation from office. Cuomo announced he's stepping down following a bombshell sexual harassment report 5 months in the making. Now, while Cuomo again apologized for any actions that made women feel uncomfortable, he insisted again his actions did not amount to sexual harassment.
Okay.
Cuomo said the impeachment investigation was, quote, politically motivated, end quote, and added he was only stepping down because he would, quote, never want to be unhelpful in any way, end quote, to the people of New York. The Democrat leaves office in 14 days, and then history will be made when Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul is getting set to become New York's first female governor.
It's going to be interesting. I mean, because New York has always been known as a very machismo-filled state, right? Like that. Don't you have that vibe of New York a little bit? Like New York having that machismo, that attitude, that kind of
definitely in the city, but I learned like the upstate New York and like the city New York are two completely different New Yorks.
They are, but I mean nobody ever talks about upstate New York. When you hear the word New York, you think about the city. That's I'm thinking about how that's going to manage.
But I always thought they would. To me, when you say New York, instead of like that male like type. That alpha type, I just think more progressive politics.
Yeah, maybe
and
so.
I think progressive politics, I think women have had a bigger role in progressive politics than conservative ones.
Let's see how that goes. But, I mean, it's so funny. Him being defiant is kind of funny because, I mean, now there's 11 women, but it was like an executive assistant was saying, like, why,
and a trooper.
Right. I mean, why?
He's now apologizing, saying, listen, I didn't know putting my hand on your stomach would be considered sexual.
I just want one newspaper headline that reads, they don't like to see Cuomo's naked. That's all I want. That's all I want. It's a Joe Dirt cut.
Well, as Jack, from progressive to back here closer to home, where mask mandates could be costly for school superintendents here in Florida as kids head back to class. In many cases, today was the first day, right, Jack?
Yep.
I think it's Seminole, Orange as well, maybe Lake.
Cutest Facebook feed of the year.
I know. Governor Ron DeSantis announced yesterday that any superintendent who requires students to wear masks could lose pay. He says the State Board of Education could move to withhold the salary of the superintendent or school board members. DeSantis says his priorities are protecting parents' rights and ensuring every student has access to a high-quality education that meets their unique needs. But the Leon County superintendent, again, for those who do not know, Leon County is the home to the state capital, Tallahassee. Alachua County, home to Gainesville. Duval, home of Jacksonville. Miami-Dade, Carvalho, the superintendent, and those school districts have said, you know what? You can go ahead and threaten my salary. You can take every penny of it, but it's not going to stop the weight of the decision and the responsibility that we have in protecting these kids. So go ahead and do what you need to do because we're going to do what we need to do.
And we have a new superintendent in Seminole County, Beeman, and in Seminole County, it's mandatory masks. However, based on the on Governor DeSantis's mandate, parents can opt out with written notification and have their child not wear masks.
And that's what they're doing in Orange County as well, which is how they believe that they're still in compliance with the governor's orders. But it'll be interesting to see if Broward does it that way, Duval, Leon County. Oh, I thought you had something to ask, Ross. Sorry, I thought I saw your hand out.
No, I was chewing a fingernail.
Good one, buddy.
So, speaking of school, that's all right. Central Florida school districts continue to deal with a school bus driver shortage. And I bring this story up because guess who it falls on when there aren't enough school bus drivers?
City bus drivers.
No.
Teachers.
Parents.
Oh, what?
Horses. Well, think about it. Parents, you got to get your kids to school, and if the school bus can't pick them up and you've just started a new job or you're out there trying to look for work, this just throws a wrench into everyone's work week. School officials say they have at least 100 open driver positions that need to be filled. They're also asking, again, parents to use their own transportation until they can fill some of the gaps. Osceola County schools say they're looking to fill 35 bus driver positions. Damn. Lake County, Marion County, also in need of drivers. We had talked about Polk County needing like 100, close to 100 school bus drivers. And with the first day of school here, it just makes it that much more difficult for parents to be able to plan when you've got to drop your kids off and then someone has to be there at 3 or whatever to then pick them up again at the end of the day.
Out of all the worker shortages, that's probably the one as a parent that you go, oh, okay, all right, that's fine. You know, you're going to get a whole bunch of autos from The Simpsons.
Right.
I mean, I've only had like one DUI.
But but not always. Here's the case of a school bus driver being a hero to someone, to some parents in need. An investigation is underway after a school bus driver, this is the first day of school, found a toddler wandering on a road. School officials say the driver noticed a little boy in a diaper wandering on the road alone and put him on the school bus with him.
Was Dave Chappelle cutting another?
The driver, along with 2 Cocoa High School employees, then notified law enforcement. Police say they took the child into custody. There's no information on the boy's age or identity. But again, kudos to that school bus driver who already has enough to have to think about on this first day of school to be able to see a wandering toddler in the road and save that child's life.
I was just at Cocoa Beach this past week, week for a couple days, and man, I got to tell you now, beach towns, it's like a vampire vibe. There's like a weird vampire vibe in little beach towns. When you drive through Cocoa Beach, it's weird. It just makes you feel weird. Like at any given moment, like somebody could just scuttle out of the mangroves.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Carrying a coon in their mouth. On a bicycle.
Was it deserted?
I don't know. It's just weird, man. It's just like it's
beach
just
town.
Yeah, the people have moved there to quit life, so they reflect that. So everybody's like on a bicycle with a big hat. Nobody wears a shirt. Everybody's drinking at 9 a.m. I mean, I ain't mad at them. I'm just saying.
I was going to say it sounds like a great deal to me.
I think you're jealous.
That's what it sounds like to me.
This must be latent jealousy, no question. But man, it's just like big bikes, big wheels. Coffee at 12, beers at 9 in the morning, flip-flops, no shirts, hats. Happy.
What?
Oh, so happy.
What vampire movie did you watch?
Yeah, exactly.
The Lost Boys.
Exactly. All right, South Florida, a Miami condo is evacuated out of safety concerns. Residents were told last night to leave an 8-story condo after a city inspector determined the building's columns were structurally insufficient and an evacuation was ordered of all 137 units. Now, the city is working to find residents temporary housing, but there's no word on when they'll be allowed back home. Now, Monday's order came more than 6 weeks after the condo collapsed, the Champlain Towers South in Surfside 6 weeks ago, killing nearly 100 people. And meanwhile, Governor Ron DeSantis is praising those first responders who assisted in the Surfside condo collapse. He was in Surfside this morning where he handed out $1,000 bonuses to members of the South Florida search and rescue teams. The money comes from the federal government and is part of the budget the governor signed for this fiscal year. Bonus checks are going out to first responders, teachers, and principals. And what's frightening about this story is that a Sun Sentinel analysis found that like 1 in 5 of those buildings that are requiring that 40-year recertification, 1 in 5 have been deemed unsafe.
Damn.
When you look at the South Florida skyline, it is one condo building after another on the beach. When you're living in one of these things, again, Surfside cost $600,000 minimum.
That's entry level, yeah.
So that's not a cheap way to live. You're putting a lot of money into a piece of property that you're not even sure if it's structurally sound.
Not to mention $400 to $700 a month in association fees.
Absolutely.
All that fun, maybe parking fees. I mean, you're talking about a lot of money.
A lot of money.
And by the way, the association fees never stop. The parking fees never stop. You could pay the unit off and still owe $500 to $700, $800 a month. So there's not really there's no there's no paying for it cash. Even if you write a check for it, you still are going to owe that plus property taxes at an unbelievable rate. South Florida beachfront.
And not only that, the worrisome thing is that, those were South Florida buildings that were found, and they have some of the strictest building codes when it comes to condominiums. Things that, like in Orlando and Tampa and Jacksonville and other big cities in Florida, it's really a patchwork of laws that in some places you have more rights and protections that you don't if you live in another part of Florida. So this is a big issue if you're looking to buy this kind of property. I would look a lot more into this than maybe we would have ever thought to do before.
And that's anywhere in Florida. And I would think in the Panhandle, with the ass kicking they've been taking up there in the Panhandle and on the West Coast, it's about to happen again.
Yep.
It is even going to be maybe even more multiplied or amplified, I should say. Let me ask you a quick question, because this is now... can you only build 8-story condos in Miami? This is the second building we've talked about that's exactly 8 stories.
No, because if you remember, Surfside was 12.
Oh, it was 12.
It was 12. Gotcha. And the condo building that was under construction next to Surfside, which caused one of the victims, Linda March, the New York attorney who lived in the penthouse with the bunk beds and the office chair.
Right, yeah.
It was the whole reason for her saying, that's it, I'm moving after just living here a few months. I can't take this constant construction. So, if you're living on a high rise in South Florida, I would be happy it's only 8 stories. Some of those bad boys are way up there. And speaking of the storm system, Jimmy, forecasters continue to monitor what they're calling potential Tropical Cyclone 6 in the Eastern Caribbean. Reports from Hurricane Hunter aircraft say the disturbance isn't yet a tropical storm, but it'll likely be upgraded later today or tonight. National Hurricane Center says the disturbance may soon be Tropical Storm Fred. As it heads toward Florida. The path is on a storm toward the U.S. Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, Haiti, and Cuba, which could keep it from getting much stronger because a lot of those islands have really mountainous terrain that could chew this storm up. The Florida Keys and much of the Florida Peninsula remain in the storm's cone of uncertainty. And as Jimmy just said, I hated seeing even the European GFS model, which is almost, it's the stalwart. It's the one you can really count on the most. And it has it going like right into the panhandle.
Right into my mailbox.
Right into the panhandle. Yeah. And again, we're going to keep it here because at 4 o'clock, we are going to talk to Fox 35 Chief Meteorologist Jamie King more about this storm and what it means for us and our weekends.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, have you heard drivers have a new specialty license plate they can buy?
Really?
Yeah, because we don't have enough.
No, we don't.
I think we lead.
It takes me a minute to even figure out if you're from Florida. Right? It really does. When I start seeing these, like, oh, that's a new one. No, I'm sorry. That's Arkansas.
Well, the Florida Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles announced they have approved a plate honoring the
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Is it recent?
Yeah. This is like just yesterday approved it.
Oh, really? But is the theme something that like?
Oh,
is
you'll know this name. No, this is
Tampa. It's got to be something with Tom Brady.
Oh no, it's not.
Orlando City Soccer.
You want to venture a guess?
Oh God, Orlando Pride.
Blue Angels.
Oh, okay.
The Blue Angels flight demonstration team based in Pensacola. Money raised from selling the plates will go to the National Aviation Museum Foundation. Over 3,700 plates were already sold through pre-orders that started in October.
I didn't know they were based in Florida. I did not.
Oh, yeah.
I did not.
Up in the Panhandle. Yep, Pensacola. Okay, now out to the national news. Dozens of wildfires burning across Northern California and the Pacific Northwest could blow up this week as forecasters warn that heat and high winds are returning to the region. I really thought of this story because yesterday I saw a tease, clickbait, but it was photos, and it's probably the closest thing that's reminded me to the What'd You Do That's New that Ross had assigned years ago,
Paradise City. Yeah.
Fire in Paradise. Now, for those who do not know, the Dixie Fire is forcing evacuations in 4 Northern California counties, and nearly 4 in 10 people in Plumas County, or Plumas, are under evacuation orders. Now, the fire all but wiped out the small town of Greenville last week. Is that what you were?
Yeah.
Yeah, the photos of what used to be Greenville, seeing the street signs that say Main Street, and it's just one burnt-out hull of a building after a street after another.
It's crazy.
It's apocalyptic.
It does. It looks like a movie set. I don't know if you've seen the shots from Greece. The guy,
oh, yeah.
The movie? I love it.
Them leaving on a ferry to
Yes.
escape the island, and then the shot from the front of the ferry over the people watching their homes burn
Yes.
as they sail away is a powerful photograph.
Yes, it is. And the fact that we're even talking about uncontrollable wildfires in Greece and northern Macedonia. I have been
Turkey,
doing news for 30 years.
Right.
September will be my 30th year doing radio in Orlando.
Mazel tov.
Thank you. And I've never, ever talked about fires in a country like Macedonia.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Never.
Let's get Lube. He could be our cub reporter.
He could. For those who don't know, here's some perspective. The Dixie Fire, again, just one fire that's currently burning out west, is now the single biggest fire in California history. It covers more than 750 square miles. That is bigger than the city of Los Angeles.
Yikes.
That has burnt. Okay. Speaking of Greece, I thought this was really cool. An ancient restaurant is getting ready for a grand reopening after more than 2,000 years.
Wow.
A thermopolium,
Okay.
described as a fast food and drink counter, was recently excavated in Pompeii and will open to the public this week. And the frescoes that were painted on the front of this counter were amazingly well preserved, and the paintings were what that particular pot held. So if it was poultry, it would be a goose or a chicken, obviously, and then they would have pigs under the pot that had pigs in it. Volcanic ash from the devastating eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD helped preserve the food counter in good condition. Again, it offered pork, fish, beef, and other options. And The Guardian reports this type of restaurant was frequented by poorer residents who didn't have their own kitchens at home.
Right.
It opens to the public August 12th.
Man, that's really cool.
Isn't that crazy?
It's kind of weird, though. I can't believe they're letting them go near that. That seems like it would be so historic. The last thing you'd want is another human near it.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to throw down some like $5.99 chicken fingers in this historical.
I don't know. I was amazed myself. Okay. We know of a very famous actress who has this last name.
Okay.
Eliza Dushku.
No, but she was excellent in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I just wanted to say Dushku.
And she just wanted to say
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Anthony Weiner.
Oh, no, that's just a great name. No, this is
Colbert.
Utah.
Should you be careful here? Are we good?
No, we're good.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, this is someone's name.
Okay.
Utah's Republican governor is having a little fun with a note he received from a, quote, very concerned citizen, end quote, urging him to change his last name.
Okay.
Who here knows what the last name of Utah's governor is? His first name is Spencer.
For hire.
Maybe soon.
Tracy.
Oh, good one.
Gift shop.
Spencer Gifts, yeah, Jack?
Yeah, we're done. We all
Okay.
went.
Spencer Cox.
Okay, there you
shared
go.
the note on social media saying that he was grateful for the criticism and constructive feedback.
Okay.
The anonymous note writer called his last name obscene
Okay.
and filthy.
Okay.
The writer urged the governor to change his name or you're going to face possible protests and even a possible recall.
Get out of here.
What a nerd.
Hello, Utah. I mean, they understand that there are companies with that name in it there too, right?
Yeah.
Hello.
I mean, that is a Mormon from a mile away.
Are there Hasidic Mormons?
And then finally, a Canadian company reportedly wants to use a SpaceX rocket to launch a satellite that would display advertisements in space.
But a Utah woman said, it looks too much like never mind.
Geometric Energy Corporation is planning to use the satellite that will have a large screen where advertisers can pay for space. But here's the caveat.
Okay.
The ads wouldn't be visible in the sky.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Instead, the satellite would use a selfie stick to take a picture of the ad with the Earth in the background.
Oh.
To stream back to the planet.
But here's the thing, Photoshop. I mean, Photoshop.
Yeah, but I mean, it's going to be, Photoshop is Photoshop, but it's a whole lot better when it's real.
All you need is one real one. You need one real one, then we can Photoshop the hell out of it and make a whole bunch of money. Let's just undercut this guy.
I mean, I'm about it.
$3,500 or $20 from us.
And And now you all are officially woke. Again, Woke News is brought to you by Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don. Bet you'd love to know if you can qualify to buy that dream home you've been keeping an eye on. Well, I'm sure you do. And it's so easy. All you have to do is go to homeloansradio.com, click apply now, and get pre-approved today. But that's not just a number you're going to get. When you work with Don, you're going to get a plan. And not only that, you're going to get to work with someone you can trust and who knows what the mortgage business looks like in your own backyard. And that someone is Don. Take it from me. He helped put us in our house in Mount Dora, and I wouldn't have it any other way. See for yourself at homeloansradio.com.
Thanks, Deb. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. More of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
Orlando City remains on the road to face Nashville SC Wednesday, August 18th. Coverage starts at 8 on our sister station, FM 96.9 The Game and iHeartRadio. Orlando City matches on Real Radio are brought to you by Mossy Oak Fence.
This Real Radio 104.1 weather report sponsored by Rude Air Conditioning, powered by Ferguson HVAC.
Hello, everybody. Good Tuesday morning. Fox 35 Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King and now Fox 35 Storm Center. Outlook for Central Florida weather-wise today. Increasing clouds, hot and humid. 93. We'll start the day off with a few coastal showers around. Those rain chances spreading inland by late morning into the early afternoon. I've got chance of 40 to 50%. Hit or miss variety. Scattered showers and storms. Heavy rain and cloud the ground lightning in some of the stronger storms. East winds at 5 to 10. 75 tonight. Partly cloudy. Looks like most of the rain will be west of Orlando before 8 p.m. this evening, then mostly cloudy, quiet with light winds through the overnight. For Fox 35, I'm Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King. Have a good one and keep it at a Fox for the latest.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Getting on the road? Time for Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Home of the stay-in-your-car contactless oil change that includes a courtesy 18-point maintenance check. All in about 15 minutes. Go to getyouroilchange.com to save up to 50% on your purchase today.
There's nothing in the world like having your AC drop out in August in Central Florida. It is a miserable feeling because you know for a fact every AC vendor out there is already pushed the limit. But that's why Mills Air wins, because their preventive maintenance plan stops all that right in its tracks. They saved my butt earlier this year during my preventive maintenance checkup. They found that I had a fan motor about to go bad. Turns out it would have left me high and dry. They had to part on the truck fixed that day. That's the service you get. That's what they're all about. And their techs know every brand out there inside and out. Like I said, chances are have the part ready to go right then. That way you're never, ever too hot in your very own house. I've been doing it here for 29 years, and they know what they're doing. Call these guys because they can get you a carrier unit cheaply as well, because they're carrier factory authorized dealers with $2,700 in possible rebates waiting on you right now. Family owned and operated and ready to help at all times. 407-277-1159. Online, it's easy. MillsAir.com.
Spectrum Business called their competitors to see if any of them could beat Spectrum's Business Internet Plus phone offer for $69.98 per month with no added phone taxes or fees. Here are real quotes from the competition.
How are they pulling in no fees and taxes? That's madness.
I would 100% go with Spectrum.
Even the competition recommends Spectrum Business. Call 855-339-5344 and switch to Spectrum Business today.
Competitor quotes from actual phone conversations. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
A SunTrust checking account lets you stay on top of your money and help it grow. Plant the seeds for your goals with access to financial resources and tools. Keep an eye on your spending, hedging and managing it by setting limits on our mobile app. And rake in cash back on debit card purchases from your favorite retailers with SunTrust deals. With all the right tools, your account can blossom. Open an account today at suntrust.com/checking. Must have online banking to participate in SunTrust deals. SunTrust, now Truist. Member FDIC.
In St. Pete Clearwater, let your senses be your guide. Follow the incredible aroma of outdoor dining under a starlit night. Or see the sunset over the Gulf, painting a magnificent orange and red sky. Feel the gentle breeze on a leisurely stroll along the new St. Pete Pier. Or let every sense come alive at the Salvador Dali Museum. Sounds like it's time for a fall getaway. You can sense it. Plan your fall escape to America's best beaches at visitstpeteclearwater.com.
Wawa and Chips Ahoy are teaming up to bring you handcrafted beverages that'll make your summer adventures epic. Like
going to the beach.
Going to the beach with a delicious and creamy Chips Ahoy milkshake. And
binging season 3 of that show.
Binging season 3 of that show with a tasty Chips Ahoy smoothie. Whatever you're doing this summer, make it epic. Chips Ahoy milkshakes, smoothies, and sundaes are here. Crafted to crave at Wawa. Wawa has the drinks you need to stay quenched, refreshed, and happy. Cool off with iced teas, lemonades, energy drinks, and more. Wawa has the refreshments you need this summer and the snacks to go with them. Stop in today for our $3 summer deal and get any 20-ounce Pepsi or Mountain Dew with any Lay's, Ruffles, or Doritos. Make Wawa your destination for the drinks and snacks you love. Gotta have a Wawa. Limited time offer. See store for details.
Duke Energy is ready to help you through this year's hurricane season. We're investing in a stronger, more resilient grid to help reduce and even prevent outages. And when storms strike, Duke Energy will be there to get the power back on as safely and quickly as possible, while keeping you informed. It's all part of building a smarter energy future. Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
Ah, there's no place like Panera, where a bite of the toasty, saucy Chipotle chicken avocado melt tastes like, focaccia. A cool and refreshing strawberry poppy seed salad al fresco is so sweet. And a cheesy Chipotle chicken and bacon flatbread pizza in your favorite booth feels just right. So treat yourself, because there's no place like Panera. Order on the app today. Restrictions apply. Visit PaneraBread.com.
At Napa, we keep things moving. If it has wheels and an engine, we help keep it on the road. And if it's on the road, we have parts for it. And if you need a part, you can get it fast, like same-day pickup or next-day delivery fast. At Napa, when we're not thinking about cars, we're thinking about the people who drive them. Because when it comes to serving you and our community, our motor never quits. That's Napa know-how. Same-day pickup and next-day delivery available at participating stores and on in-stock items only.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
This is about as good as it gets. Like and follow at Real Radio 1041 on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. We now return to the Jim Colbert Show. Already.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Is this the Spinners?
Too weird. No. Oh, you know this.
Hold on. I know the song.
It'll come to you.
I know the song.
You know,
Rolls Royce.
There you go. I knew you knew it.
There you go. Car Wash, baby. Are you kidding?
Yeah. Remember the movie? They made a movie out of a song.
That was a thing. They made a movie out of, what was that C.W. McCall movie? The CB movie?
Oh, yeah. Convoy,
yeah.
Yeah. Who hasn't gone by a trucker going like that?
Stars Born? Was it the song first or a movie first?
Oh, it's been a movie 4 times over.
Yeah,
already.
I know, but I mean, what? No, that was a screenplay first.
Right.
That's an interesting thing. And what songs have been turned into movies?
Coal Miner's Daughter.
Oh, yeah. 9 to 5.
9 to 5. There you go.
God, I love that song. Ooh. Did that come first?
Yeah, 9 to 5 was a song first.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know about that.
That was the soundtrack.
She wrote it for the soundtrack.
That's what I thought.
You shut up.
Oh, yeah. Is that what Ross thought?
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. I am Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well to remind you guys. iHeartRadio and the Global Citizen have made a very special announcement. I don't know if you guys remember this from last year.
Oh, yeah.
What they do is, like, different places all over the world, iHeart gets the biggest artists out there to play shows. They're doing it on September 25th. And they're teaming up to bring you Global Citizen Live. It's a worldwide music event to create awareness around the world's biggest challenges, including climate change, vaccine equity, and famine. Biggest names out there. I mean, Billie Eilish, Jennifer Lopez, Black Eyed Peas, Ed Sheeran, some from New York, some from Paris. It's going to be a really cool event. You can learn more, iHeartRadio.com. It's September 25th, and it's called the Global Citizen Live, and it's going to be a really unique event. iHeart does this a lot. They use their leverage with these artists to create some really cool events. And the good thing about this is from what we understand internally, the artists actually love doing these cool events that iHeart sets up because they do it right. You got to remember, the guy who runs this company used to run in TV. So he really understands the unique relationship between the corporate world and the world of artists, which can get really scary and shaky sometimes.
Yeah, but he was there during the whole Live Aid, Band Aid.
Yeah, it was the whole thing. So he really used that knowledge to create these magnificent, really cool events featuring some of the most popular and trendy artists out there, trend-setting artists, I should say, out there. They're going to do it again. September 25th, it's called Global Citizen Live. Check it out. You can learn more, I'm sure, at iHeartRadio.com, or even you download the app and learn more there. 407-916-1041. Text us at 770-31. Oh, by the way.
Here we go.
I'll just read it.
Just read it. Read it.
Texting service is like one of my favorite things to ever come about on the station. And I know that there are people that have a love-hate relationship with this thing. I have a love-love relationship with it. I don't know what it is.
Because you love the hate.
You're a sadist.
If you really want to know why I like it so much, when you get on the phone with me, I can change you. Like, it's just normal. It's the same reason. It's the same thing as this. I can talk to you, and we can be having a great conversation. And then I can start filming you, and you will change. Without question, right?
Yeah.
Stick a camera in somebody's face, and they will change. They will not be themselves anymore. They will change. When you text on this texting service, I'm not talking to you. You're not directly talking to me. You're typing to me, and it's anonymous. So you can say whatever you want. This is the purest thing that happens on this station, is this texting service. Good, bad, or indifferent, it is the purest thing because people don't feel intimidated by you when they're typing. They wouldn't call because they would feel that they couldn't hold up. They would get nervous or whatever, but they can bang this out on their board, and that's why I like this so much. So I never censor it. I would never tell any of you guys, regardless of what you say about me or anybody, that you couldn't do it because it's the nature of this, and it's for us to have the thick skin, not you. Okay, but we got this, and Cocoa Beach has thin skin.
No, wait, is this Cocoa or Cocoa Beach?
Well, I mean, I was talking about Cocoa Beach, so I'm assuming this guy, because he says it in the context, is talking about Cocoa Beach as well. And for the record, for you guys who don't know about this funny little thing we have here in Central Florida, Cocoa and Cocoa Beach are two separate areas. And if you ever refer to Cocoa as Cocoa Beach or vice versa, on this station, you will hear about it immediately.
And we did.
And it's so funny because somebody actually texts, you're about to hear about this. Right. And then 5 seconds after that, 4 texts came in. This is my favorite. You can tell Dirty Jim. I don't even know who that is. You guys heard of that guy?
No, never heard of him.
His offensive remarks about Cocoa Beach and the people who live there are absolutely out of line. There's a lot of money down here. People like myself live in multi-million-dollar homes on the beach and just say it's a dark lagoon that we have. And to just say it's a dark dragon that we carry animals in our mouth as we walk out is absurd. I find it totally offensive. I'm going to be filing a complaint. I'll never listen to the show again. I've been a fan of the station, but that remark is way out of line.
Especially today's society.
I text them back, God, I hope you're joking. But if not, send one to everybody. Send a complaint to every client I have, every customer I've ever had, every manager in the building, and actually send it to the guy who runs the company, Bob Pittman. And make sure you spell my name right. It's Colbert. T as in Tom. Send them away, please.
The statement was totally uncalled for, and I understand the crux of some of the shows, but this one was extremely offensive, and I do not get offended easily at all.
You kind of do. Yeah. You kind of do.
If you've ever been to a beach town,
he said it's like a vampire
and
town.
I will send a note into iHeart.
Let me make this even better. New Smyrna Beach has this as well. Like all these little pissant
dare you?
All these little pissant towns have a section of this where the people who live there like live in shacks or live in these little beach sheds or little bungalows, I should say, and their whole life is in swim trunks, shirtless, on a bicycle with a big hat and glasses. I never said anything was bad about it. I just said that is weird to me because I just could never imagine waking up in the morning not having anything to do. Except ride around on a bike and hammer beers at 9 o'clock in the morning. Now, listen, there is some jealousy in there because I like that idea a lot. 407, all better now.
Yeah. And a bike DUI, though, is the cutest of DUIs.
It is. I mean,
I don't know.
It is the greatest.
The lawnmower one, I think the more comedic value in a lawnmower.
Wait, can you get you can get a DUI on a lawnmower, but what happens if it's a push lawnmower, right? No.
Well, you're not riding.
Yeah.
Right.
Look at that.
You can still get public intoxication, and you can get a DUI on a horse.
You can.
And not only that, but then you'd also get slapped with animal endangerment.
I did know a buddy got one on a bicycle. And the best part was he had the 12-pack in a basket on the front of the bike.
Like E.T.?
Yeah. Yeah, he was carrying the beer he was drinking on the bicycle when he ran out into traffic and got hit. 407-916-1041. Back with Jamie King, chief meteorologist for Fox 35. We'll find out what the hell's happening with the storm. Hopefully get you an idea of what your weekend is going to look like. We'll do that next.
What is a Real Radio podcast? It's Real Radio. On demand. Find your favorite show at realradio.fm.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center. Car crash? Call Clausman Law.
Well, officials still on scene of this crash had shut down the westbound lanes of the Beach Line right near State Road 520. The left lane is only blocked now, so traffic is able to get by, but we're looking at major backups here. Also, keep in mind, a lot of kids back at school today, so slow it down through those school zones and keep a special eye out for students and crossing guards. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Rent-A-Kill Pest Control.
At Heron Home and Outdoor, we pride ourselves on providing thick, healthy, weed-free lawns. Keeping the grass on your lawn green and your shrubs and trees in tip-top shape is our specialty. Visit myheronhome.com today for a free quote and money-saving offers. Heron Home and Outdoor, your local lawn and pest experts.
I love my solar panels on my roof for a couple of reasons. One, I'm saving money, but even more than that, reducing my carbon footprint from the day they went live and I started making my own electricity by the power of the sun. Man, you can do it too. How many power bills are you going to pay before you go to solarsource.com? I have saved thousands and thousands of dollars because I produce my own electricity with solar panels. And you can do this. It's been going on in Central Florida for a long time. As a matter of fact, Solar Source has been doing it the longest in Central Florida. Since 1984, Solar Source has installed over 60,000 systems. You get a 25-year warranty on your system, and it's great. And not only great to save money, but it's a great feeling knowing you're part of the solution at reducing the carbon footprint that you leave on this planet. Get a free savings estimate today. Go to their website. It's solarsource.com. When you talk to them, tell them Jack from Real Radio sent you. It's solarsource.com for a free savings estimate. Do it today because when it comes to power, trust the source, Solar Source.
Live music is back at our 2021 iHeartRadio Music Festival, September 17th and 18th at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Listen every weekday to win your way to this ultimate once-in-a-lifetime experience and win $1,000.
Your chance to text in and win happens at 9 a.m., 1 p.m., and 5 p.m. each weekday on Real Radio 104.1. This contest sponsored locally on Real Radio 104.1 by Mills Air.
In business since 1992, Mills Air here in Central Florida for over 28 years. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer, performs service on all brands. Preventative maintenance saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit our website, millsair.com.
O'Reilly. The professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts will help with all your car care needs. Whether you're shopping for parts, accessories, or supplies, we've got you covered. Right now, get Superior Cover-All Tire Shine 2 for $16. Plus, earn double O-Rewards points. Keep your car looking like new. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hey, Central Florida, it's time to up your standard of driving. RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. Are you sick of driving a car you hate? Raise the bar in a nice new car and lower your monthly payment at the same time. Used cars from just $69 per month. New cars from just $129 per month. Raise the bar and I'll get more for your old car. We'll pay up to $5,000 over appraised value for your clunker. Is your credit score lower than you like? We will help you get approved. That's what makes us your car dealer next door. Give it a try. I'm raising the bar and making my best best offer ever. Like brand new Mirage's 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. And introducing the all-new 2022 Outlander in stock and ready for delivery. Plus, check out our certified used cars. Monthly payments from just $69 per month. Trade-ins will pay over appraised value. So get here quick. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Mirage 9900 72 months. 2.9 APR. $9 down. $249 payment plus tax tag fees. Max trade incentive based on purchase.
With RP Funding's digital mortgage, you can refinance your home loan to today's low rates from the comfort of your own home. Get started today and let me pay your closing costs. Lock in your low rate before it's too late. Visit rpfunding.com. NMLS 70168, Equal Housing Lender.
Okay, so the IKEA 10-year family celebration is here, and we have got a lot to cover.
Taking notes as we speak.
So we've got coupons.
Yep.
Giveaways.
You know it.
And limited time offers.
Already on the shelves.
Great. Oh, lastly, we'll need more chairs.
How many?
Oh, just 22 million.
Right.
It's the celebration of a decade, so let's make sure they all know to go visit their local IKEA store or to IKEA-USA.com now through August 22nd to learn more or become a member today.
Got it.
Oh, you're the best.
I know.
There are 16 spots in the playoffs and just one track left. Well, not just any track. Daytona. A last chance to keep playoff hopes alive. It's time to bring your friends and family to watch the drama unfold up close and in person. NASCAR comes to Daytona International Speedway August 27th and 28th. Tickets start at just $49. Get yours at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
When life-changing events happen, it's important to have somebody there to take the burden off of your shoulders. At those moments, Kramer Law is there for you. If you were involved in a divorce or you're having a dispute with your ex, Kramer Law will be there to take care of you every step of the way. Life-changing events happen. Having a lawyer on your side is the smart move. No matter what the legal issue, we're here for you. Kramer Law, one firm for life.com. Offices Altamont Springs.
What's your 8-year plan? Because at 7-Eleven, there's over 3,000 ways to brew your personal cup of hot or iced coffee. We've got flavors, mix-ins, creamers, and now there's even more brew options like nitro cold brews, iced cappuccinos, and iced mochas. And with 7 rewards, you can get any size iced coffee for $1. So if you wanted to try something new every day, you'd be all set in about 8 years. You could probably do it in 4. But what's the rush? 7-Eleven. Take it to 11. Expires 8/24/21. $1 plus tax where applicable at select stores. See app for terms.
I want to break free.
Ready to break free? Norwegian Cruise Line is back and sailing this summer. Kick back in the Caribbean or take in the stunning sights in Europe. And with our robust health and safety program, you can cruise confidently. Book today and enjoy 30% off all cruises, free open bar, free airfare, and more. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Offer ends soon. Norwegian Cruise Line. Sail safe, feel free.
Ships Registry, the Bahamas and USA. Restrictions apply.
If you believe that a loved one has been abused or neglected while living in a nursing home, call us. Morgan & Morgan.
Broadcasting live from the personal injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studio. Car accidents, other injuries, call pound 546 from your cell or visit whenyouneedus.com. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeart radio station. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on Facebook.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1. Have no fear, Jim is still here. He's just taking an important phone call. If you were listening to yesterday's show, Jimmy's still dealing with his mom's health crises. And so he was waiting for a very important phone call from the doctor, and it came on during the show.
Yeah.
And so he's handling that right now.
There's one thing, it's like when you're in the hospital, anyone who had to wait in the hospital with someone, or if you were in yourself, the doctor comes around they make rounds, and you try and catch him when you can. And then if you don't catch him, you say, well, can you have the doctor call me? So when they call, you have to move mountains to take that call.
Because it's actually, I think, easier to spot Halley's Comet than it is to some. I mean, because these doctors are busy and you're not the only patient. So, like you said, Jack.
And basically, the Cocoa Beach Chamber of Commerce said they'd much rather have Jimmy off this segment right now anyway.
Yeah, I think it was actually Coco that got a hold of him.
I think Coco would like him if he offended people in Cocoa Beach.
Yeah.
Well, from the texting service, everyone is happy about that, except New Smyrna Beach is now wondering what the hell they did to be included.
Oh, shark capital of the world, you are.
All right.
Although it is the closest beach, so I kind of like that.
Oh, I love New Smyrna Beach. I love that. But I do see that beach vibe. You know, isn't that the whole Lost Boys was kind of set on that premise, if you remember that 80s movie.
I mean,
so that must be where he came up with the vampire thing.
I think so.
Yeah. It's got to be
strange.
Because I don't think anybody's ever showed up to a beach and been like, oh, heavy vampire vibes.
Right, with all that sun.
Literally the opposite of what vampires are known for. They don't tan at all, because if they do, they die.
That's a good point.
I was just down in Key West, and that was the first time where I really enjoyed a beach. Born and raised Floridian.
Oh, that's right. You hate the beach.
I don't like the beach.
But aren't their beaches a little rockier than?
They're not nice beaches. It's a very small beach.
And it's good for diving. Isn't Key West, like good for good?
No, it's actually the reef is pretty beat.
The reefer?
The reef.
Oh, sorry. I always heard the reefer was awesome.
All right.
The diving in Marathon in the Middle Keys, there's much better diving and snorkeling, but you actually have to go out from Key West. Key West is for drinking.
It's one of those
and sunsets.
And sunsets. But Ross, how many times is this the first time you've been to Key West?
No, this is my third time this past weekend. But this was the first time that I really enjoyed a beach.
Right.
I feel like a little pansy whenever I go to a beach because I'm like, oh, sand is everywhere. I just oh God, there's sand. I got sand in my mouth. I got sand in my whatnot.
In your whatnot. You know, you know the best way to fix that?
What?
What do you use when you go on the beach? Like a blanket, a towel?
Prayer that I don't get well done.
One of the best life hacks that I've seen recently is using an old fitted sheet that you no longer use on the bed.
Okay.
Because when you put it on the sand and then you turn the corners up, you use something to keep those four corners. It creates like a barrier.
Oh.
And you don't get so much sand in your whatnots.
I didn't know that. But yeah, no, never been a huge beach guy. But I'm starting to grow into a beach person. I want to go back to the beach, and it's because of my fiance. She's really good at beaching.
Is she really?
She's a beacher. She knows all like the tools, all the drinks, all the coolers. You got to bring your entire life out to the water for it to be a good beach day.
Yeah.
No, well, you just need to require less in life. And be satisfied with less. If you have something cool to drink, you have your sunscreen, what more do you need?
A chair?
You need flip-flops.
An umbrella?
Yeah, you need
a towel?
Chair, umbrella, vibes.
A bucket, a shovel, some seashells?
Not loose leaf
what
papers.
Do you eat?
I've got whiteout skin. I am Caucasian.
A lot of
white.
sunscreen?
I mean, especially when you think of this past weekend when Jimmy said he had 100 SPF sunscreen on, was in the water maybe 40 minutes and managed to still get a sunburn.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a bad sunburn, but he was 100 SPF. I didn't know they made 100 SPF.
Well, growing up, it was like
baby oil.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we use.
It's like, wait a second. Oh, and sitting out, my sisters would sit out with this foil board under their face. Yes. And it's like, wait a minute, what are we doing?
Frying at a light, a light oil, a light fry.
And now each day it's like it's like today I did it. I was like, okay, I got to put sunscreen on to go ride my bike.
Right.
I have to put sunscreen on. So,
yeah.
I get the tops of the ears too because
that's a big problem for us here in Florida.
It is, and I know that because my stepdad used to play golf a lot, and that was an area for him that got way too much sun.
And the scalp. So if you have, if you're fair skinned like Ross, and you don't, your hair is light colored as well.
Dog, I look like a bag of Coke with freckles. I am Caucasian.
You should probably wear a hat when you go out to the beach.
No, I wore a hat, but I didn't have like a big floppy hat. That's another thing
You
that
sound
I'm
a little jealous.
No, it's not jealous. It's just like I'm not good at going to the beach. I want to get better. I live in Florida. We're surrounded by beaches, and I feel like I got to get this down before, I leave this planet. At the very least, leave this state. I want to be better at the beach.
Where would be your ultimate beach?
Ultimate beach
in Florida that you've heard of, but you've just never been to.
That's the thing, man. Beggars can't be choosers, right? I don't know. I'll take any beach. I just need to get better at it.
Ironically, I really like Cocoa Beach.
Look at that. There you go, Coco. Beach.
Well, I mean,
saved it.
For the 10 years I lived in Brevard, going, you go to Coconuts or any of the bars around there, Sandbar, and just. It was always a great hangout, and it was a nice beach, not too rocky there. You have, the area between Patrick and down to Melbourne, it gets a little rocky. New Smyrna is nice, but damn those sharks, though. But for me, what I really like, my sister lives over in Indian Shores,
right?
And I like the Gulf.
That's the beach I love.
As a kid, it was all about the waves, but now, but in the Gulf, the water, it's just sand and water and red tide.
And it looks great. Yeah, right now. And not all of the beaches, but like Holmes Beach, North Reddington Beach, anything south of like Treasure Island. Like I love St. Pete, but when you go into some of those sleepier beach towns where really all they may have are a couple of hotels and the most beautiful sugar sand beaches. You might have an early dinner and an ice cream cone, but there's going to be no hot clubbing scene.
Yeah.
Or in some of those beach towns on the Gulf side, that's south of that whole St. Pete scene.
It's funny when I think about like places to retire.
Oh yeah.
I kind of, one side of me is like, man, I just like that laid back. What Jimmy was describing is the Vampire Diaries, that sleepy, laid back beach town where you have access to the water and just that kind of vibe. And I really want to have a metal detector one day. I will proudly be one of those beachcombers with a metal detector. I'll be that guy. But that said, when yesterday, like the environmental reports, today's beachfront property by the time I'm retiring could be 10 feet underwater.
I was going to say, yeah.
Right now, I might have beachfront property where I live in Winter Springs.
There you go.
All right.
It's a BOGO, man. You don't even have to move, and you still get the beachfront.
Well,
I just need the metal detector.
Yeah, Jack's glass is half full. I might have beachfront. Yeah, sure. People will lose their homes, but I think I'm going to come out on top. I just,
I drive a hybrid. Leave me alone. I recycle.
Yeah, you deserve it.
Yeah, that's a lie.
The guy,
I recycle.
The one thing that also kills me about beaches is that walking out to the water, I just feel like I'm stepping on Legos every step. I'm just not good at being a beach goer.
You just need to get water socks.
Yeah, but then how good at being a beach am I? If I need water socks.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
That's not the manliest thing you can do.
But you know what? Let's talk to someone who knows exactly how you should probably dress for the beach.
And this guy's a surfer.
And then, oh my gosh, and a surfer on top of that. Oh, he
Wait a minute.
Can't even look at you, Ross.
Is somebody wearing, did I hear water socks?
Yeah. Are they cool or are they lame?
Well, I think you could judge by Jamie King's reaction.
He just covered his face and said, dude.
Do you wear a Speedo with that as well, or how does that go?
Please say yes.
I that's what I'm trying to get at, is that I'm not the best beach goer. I want to become a better beach goer, but I'm over here getting, I don't like even standing on the damn shells because I feel like I'm just running on checker pieces.
Oh, call the ambulance.
Jamie King, chief meteorologist with Fox 35, on with us now on Zoom. You can watch it on our YouTube channel, Twitch, and Facebook. Ross, born and bred here in Florida, but hates the beach. So he just spent a weekend in Key West and didn't hate it as much as he usually does. But that's what we were trying to get him acclimated.
It's not the same. Hey, it's not the same. Key West is not the same. You remember Key West in the 80s? Was anyone here for that? I was. It's not the same anymore.
Yeah.
What happened?
I bet you've got some stories.
Oh, yeah.
You ever make a fantasy fest? Were you ever down there for Fantasy Fest?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a wild time.
Well, we went down there for some fishing, and we ran into the fest.
I bet you did.
Yeah.
It ran into you.
Very. Oh, hey now. It was very, very, very colorful. It was fun.
Oh, that's a safe way to describe it. Listen, thank you so much, Jamie, for taking time out of your very busy day. We only have a couple of minutes left, but we wanted to get the official word because we're still waiting on what is right now potential Tropical Cyclone 6 to become Fred.
Right.
What is it going to mean for us in our weekend?
Well, I can tell you right now, if the track holds, if it is what we call verifies, it's going to be extremely wet. Think of Elsa 2.0, but perhaps a little more rain, a little more impact to the east side of the state. But, we're not expecting a hurricane. We're expecting what may ultimately be a very, very weak tropical storm. I mean, if it brushes up against the mountains in East Cuba, it looks like it's going to track over the Dominican Republic. A lot of mountains there. That'll take some snuff out of it. Turns into a depression, and then it comes back as a storm. It regenerates. But if it hits the eastern mountains of Cuba, weaker storms have a tendency sometimes of kind of going a little more west. They don't feel the effects of the pole regions, the northern pole regions, that if a storm system is tightly wound up, it heads for the poles. I mean, that's how they work. That's why we always get that hook, follows around the high and then goes north. Yes. So a weaker storm, something that's not tightly wrapped, that is overall much weaker, that would, and ragged, just not looking great. I call them sloppy jalopies. They're just nasty, wet, tropical. Sometimes they'll go a little more west. So, that's our hope, but everyone should be prepared should we get a moderate strength tropical storm. I mean, it offers tornadoes, heavy rain, some damaging wind in some aspects, closer toward maybe that center. So,
Jamie King,
you just got to be ready.
Question for you, Jamie King. I haven't cleaned my gutters in a while, and they need to be done. How long can I wait this week till I have to have them done? When do you expect all this weather to move through here, so I know I can postpone it as much as possible?
Are you really climbing up and cleaning your gutters?
I need to. So yeah, I watch those stupid infomercials. They look great. That gutter cover.
They do.
Do they work?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have them.
I don't know.
That's why I got to clean my gutters.
Clean your gutters and let me know because we want to get
time,
them.
Yeah.
If you have time now's a good time, provided it isn't, storming and lightning on your head. That's been the case for the afternoons, but it's not too late. It's not going to be, that big an impact. I'm not downplaying it, but
Right.
there's gonna be some little wiggle waggle here in the coming days with this track, I think.
And so because we don't know the track, Jamie, does this mean that with it being an Elsa 2.0, we could be looking at potentially, of course, we have to keep our eye on your forecasts, watch you on Fox 35. I know you'll keep us up to date each and every time you come on the air. But does that it potentially could put us on the dirty or east side of that system, correct?
Oh, absolutely, without a doubt. I mean, Elsa's effects didn't expand that far to the east. I mean, it was very clear. You can see it on the weather maps in the morning with all of our reporting stations and, stations that had wind, and clearly there was a line in the sand. So, these are all different. Each one of these storms is different. You really can't, say it was like this or like that. I'm saying Elsa in reference to the track, up the west side of the state with a possible entrance somewhere, anywhere from maybe Dixie County, Lee County, Cedar Key area to Pensacola. I mean, really, it's all in play.
And doesn't it feel cooler to say we're on the dirty side of the storm?
I always love that.
Yeah.
Always, right?
Yeah,
right?
even if you're wearing water socks.
It always circles back to Fantasy Fest.
Yeah, it's like naughty weather. We should have a segment called Naughty Weather.
We should.
Yeah, it's going to start off episode 1, Sloppy Jalopy.
Yeah.
There you go. Jamie King started it. You didn't even know you were the inventor.
I'm getting a trademark on that. I'm trademarking
it. I think we're naming the show Sloppy Jalopy
There
today.
we go. Absolutely. Sloppy Jalopy for today. Jamie King, Chief Meteorologist for Fox 35. Thank you again so much for taking time and keeping us abreast of the storm.
Easy, girl. Easy.
Oh my! I'm gonna go take a cold shower now. I'll talk to you guys this week.
You got it.
Let's
Thank
talk
you again. You got it.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you. We're gonna go ahead and take a quick break while we all take a cold shower, and we'll be right back with more of the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Real Radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Music Weekends. This weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, shop the rest. Buy from the best. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Well, our heaviest traffic right now is westbound on I-4 between World Drive and 429. It's also slow between Princeton Street and Colonial Drive. Eastbound steady, too, between Princeton Street and Lee Road. And authorities are still working to clear a crash heading west on the beach line. The left lane is still blocked right near State Road 520. No reported issues on the 408. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples Connect has innovative tools. This week, get 30% back in Staples Store bonus when you spend $85 on ink or $200 on toner. In-store only. Offer ends 8/21, limit 4. Visit staplesconnect.com/store bonus for details. Staples Connect, the working and learning store.
Hey, business owners, are you feeling boxed in by the pressures of running your business, remote workforces, HR compliance, retaining top talent, and the list goes on and on? Fortunately, there's Insperity. They put 30 years of HR experience to work offering your employees competitive benefit options while lightening your HR load. That way your employees and your business are set up for success. And with Insperity, nothing seems impossible. Full service HR, employee benefits, HR technology. It's Insperity. That's HR that makes a difference.
This year full of real radio is brought to you by Klausman Law. Car crash? Call Glenn Klausman. KlausmanLaw.com.
Win your way to our 2021 iHeartRadio Music Festival, September 17th and 18th in Las Vegas, and win $1,000. You'll see
Billie Eilish,
Cheap Trick,
Coldplay,
Dua Lipa,
Florida Georgia Line,
J. Cole,
Journey,
Khalid,
Lil Baby,
Maroon 5,
Nelly,
Sam Hunt,
Weezer, a special guest performance by Phineas,
and more on the T-Mobile Arena stage in Las Vegas. Listen every weekday to win your way there and win $1,000.
Off-lease only knows shoppers are looking for a nearly new car that fits their budget and lifestyle. I know I am. That's why I buy my cars at Off-lease only. And you should too. Because why should you spend time and energy haggling when you can shop with Off-lease only and not only save time, but save thousands below retail on your next car, truck, SUV, or van? With Off-lease only, they want their customers to leave the stress behind and find peace of mind with no haggling, no negotiating, no pressure, and no hidden fees. This is the way car buying should be. Don't pay more. Choose from fresh inventory arriving daily. Financing is available for good and bad credit, and you can get pre-qualified online now at offleaseonly.com. It's never been a better time to trade in and trade up at Off-Lease Only. Reach them on the phone at 407-222-CARS or take a test drive at their massive state-of-the-art location just off the beach line at Narcoossee and McCoy. Get started online right now at offleaseonly.com.
Buying a car can be a bumpy ride. You need to get financing from a lender, insurance from an agency, and complete the purchase at a dealership. But Navy Federal Credit Union's fully loaded car buying experience makes car buying smooth. That's because there's everything you need to buy, finance, protect, and enjoy your dream car. Learn more at NavyFederal.org/car buying. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
Financial strength means having the choices to do what's best for you. An Amscot Cash Advance could put up to $500 in your hand on the spot with no credit check when you really need it and for less than you might think. Amscot. Some restrictions apply.
So you want to be my client. You think you deserve fair compensation for your injuries. Well, you got to call me. Can't just keep listening forever. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum Mobile. You could save hundreds of dollars on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator today, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save by switching. Visit spectrummobile.com/save. Spectrum Internet required. Savings may vary. Restrictions apply. Visit spectrummobile.com/save for details.
I want to break free.
Ready to break free? Norwegian Cruise Line is back and sailing this summer. Kick back in the Caribbean or take in the stunning sights in Europe. And with our robust health and safety program, you can cruise confidently. Book today and enjoy 30% off all cruises, free open bar, free airfare, and more. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Offer ends soon. Norwegian Cruise Line. Sail safe, feel free.
Ships Registry, the Bahamas and USA. Restrictions apply.
Thousands of free playlists are being created now by people just like you on the free iHeart app. At iHeart, we think every mood and activity deserves a playlist, so we made it totally free for you to start creating your very own. Working out, chilling out, or maybe you're getting ready for tailgate season. We made it super easy. Start by searching for a song, or simply add a song you hear streaming on your favorite station like this one directly into a playlist, and we'll help with the other songs to finish it. Only on the free iHeart app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one.
If you have a medical malpractice claim, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Radio 104.1.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1. Hope you're having a terrific Tuesday. Jim is here, just finishing up a phone call with his mom's doctor. In his place, you've got Deb, you've got Jack.
Hi.
You've got Ross.
All right.
And we're here to hold down the fort till our main man gets back. What you laughing about, Mr. Bradshaw?
Texters, Real Mobile 77031. They want to know, will the storm this weekend, is it going to hit Cocoa or Cocoa Beach? Asking for a friend.
We really don't know. And listen, the texting service, speaking of that, Jack, 77031, always feel free to let us know what you're thinking about. It could be what we're talking about. It could be something completely different. But, I know a lot of times people will text and say it's not even a storm yet, much ado about nothing. But 84% of our tropical activity is going to happen between now and the end of the season, November 30th. And our job is just to make sure you're aware as you make your plans for the upcoming weekend that there could be some, wet, squirrely weather.
And we're not saying run out and get water and batteries and tarps, although you should have all of that stuff already.
Yep.
What we're saying is, hey, whatever you're planning this weekend, be prepared it's going to rain.
Yeah, exactly.
And guess what? That was news to me today, and now it's I was going to try and do a longer bike ride on this weekend.
You plan that far in advance?
Well, I want to actually go bike riding with Dan Stone, voice of Real Radio.
Wow.
And so when you, do any event with another person, Ross, there is a little planning involved. It's called being courteous, you little...
No, I'm coming from a place of jealousy, man.
Oh, cool. You want to join us?
I don't know. God, no. I drew my lungs out of my body, dude.
What I started doing, though, because it gets, as hot as it does later in the day, but also, like on the weekends, if I wait to ride and then, then it'll start raining, then it's like, okay, miss that opportunity. And, sometimes it's too easy to find an excuse not to exercise. So
why are you looking at me when you say that?
Because that's how conversations work.
Screw you.
I'm just saying. What do you want them to look at?
Not going to beat that. So I've been doing like first thing, like get up, 2 cups of coffee. Then it's like, okay, now let's go.
I mean, we tease you a lot, but man, the physical changes over the last, because you've been doing this, what now, Jack, a year?
Almost, yeah. After the end of this month, it'll be 1 year. I started in the very end of August last year. I started riding kind of on a regular basis.
I mean, and you obviously have to see the changes.
I do. Well, yeah, I different clothes fit. I'm back to large size shirts.
Nice.
From living in an extra large world. But then, when I threw out my back a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and that really sidelined me. And it's that one thing about getting older that I think most people can relate to is your recovery time. Just seems to be so much longer. What used to be a day or two, that took a full 7 to 8 days before, 9 days before I actually felt 100%.
But the bigger caveat, I think,
what's that?
Is that when you hurt your back, unlike Ross and I, who would have went, woohoo, Woo-hoo, don't have to do that again. You actually missed your bike rides and couldn't wait till you felt better so that you could get back to riding
because
again.
I missed the bike rides, but I didn't miss my snacking opportunities.
All right.
Especially with the Olympics on. So
Okay.
then I start watching the scale going in the wrong direction, and I'm going up north, to see
Apple slices cost that much calories?
Yeah, apple slices. That's what I eat at work.
Yeah,
Okay.
Did you make those Olympic rings
Yeah.
and onion?
And so,
rings?
but going up north, it's like, oh man, I lost weight. Now I'm putting it back on. So I've been riding every day.
Yeah.
What did you munch on?
So I could do a humble brag. When I get it. Oh yeah, lost weight. Yeah, a few pounds.
Yeah, it's no big deal. Yeah, what do you munch on?
Yeah, what were you? Were you just slurping down cheesecake?
The snack I like pretzels. I like pretzels a lot. Tortilla chips, salsa,
Talk to me.
tortilla chips, guacamole.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And pretzels.
Yeah, pretzels,
And,
man.
and ice cream.
People sleep on pretzels. I
love
don't
pretzels.
think Jim likes pretzels, and
They're
I don't
all right.
get it. How do you not like salty carbs that crunch?
The only thing I like, so what this is something I have from a kid. I used to go to my sister's house, and that's where I was introduced to Dr. Pepper, and they had pretzel rods, right? So it used to be like a cigar as a kid. But a thing I used to do as a kid, I would have a mouthful of pretzels and then drink soda, and so you let that kind of
Carbonation with the salt kind of bubble up in your mouth?
Absolutely. And then, you drink that and then you chew the pretzels. And I still do that to this day.
I used to have a guy, this was so
Let's
strange.
go get some pretzels.
Yeah, man, I'm all about pretzels. But this always was so weird to me, like little weird food isms. He would wake up in the middle of the night and just scarf down a peanut butter sandwich. But this is in the middle of the night. Like, your mouth is dry. And that's kind of the dragon that he chased. He loved almost suffocating on a peanut butter sandwich and then throwing it down with milk to save his own life. That's what he did every 3 to 4 a.m. If I came home drunk, raging, right? And I would just see this guy auto asphyxiate himself off of peanut butter bread and then just go, oh yeah, and just rip through a glass of milk. And I always thought it was so weird, but it's that same. I'll eat pretzels until my mouth feels like a camel's. I almost say, never mind. But I'm as dry as a camel's. Something, whatever's dry on
Blue
a camel.
nut.
Yeah.
We all look at Jack like, can we say those?
Yeah, I'm as dry as a camel's hump, which also sounds bad because I'm still saying a dry hump. Which is not. I'm sorry, Jack.
What
man.
happened?
I don't know, but I like watching it.
Whenever you're going
here
ahead
for
and
it.
having that science experiment in your mouth, which still sounds weird when you have pretzels and soda, and then I'm also like those peanut butter pretzels. Just take the saliva out of my mouth.
So, all right.
Yes.
So last night I was at Costco and I saw that thing of peanut butter pretzels, and it's like but I could not stop myself from eating a reasonable amount.
Yeah, you're a little dirty girl with those.
Stop with the dirty girl.
I can't stop calling you dirty girl.
Why?
I don't
What
know.
is that?
It just feels
I
so
don't know,
wrong.
but I feel like I need a shower.
It feels wrong, but that's what makes it feel right.
Yeah. And someone just texted, they do the same thing with their pretzels with Coke Zero. By the way, that's my standby. If it's not Diet Dr. Pepper, it's Coke Zero. Yeah.
Stand by. That's my mistress.
Matter of fact,
that's my sloppy second.
Oh, my side chick.
Those
My
are the
side
two
piece.
sodas in my fridge right now. Coke Zero and Diet Dr. Pepper.
I don't have any soda. I don't usually soda. I stopped drinking soda because I like beer. That was my thinking. Was like I need to stop drinking soda so I can start drinking more beer. Is that healthy? Is that a thing? Can I do that?
Well, we're going to ponder that and take a break, and we'll be right back with more on the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1. I don't know, is it?
Filling in the awkward silences during couple Zoom game night.
I know your mom's name.
Real Radio 104.1.
Hello, everybody. Good Tuesday morning. Fox 35 Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King and now Fox 35 Storm Center. Outlook for Central Florida weather-wise today. Increasing clouds, hot and humid. 93. We'll start the day off. A few coastal showers around. Those rain chances spreading inland by late morning into the early afternoon. I've got chance of 40 to 50%. Hit or miss varieties. Scattered showers and storms. Heavy rain and cloud the ground lightning in some of the stronger storms. East winds at 5 to 10. 75 tonight. Partly cloudy. Looks like most of the rain will be west of Orlando before 8 p.m. p.m. this evening, then mostly cloudy, quiet with light winds through the overnight. For Fox 35, I'm Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King. Have a good one and keep it at Fox for the latest.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Take the shortcut to your next great hire. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, Instant Match immediately delivers a list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Don't think for 1 second when you get that do-it-yourself camera system that you are beating the system. You are not beating the system. The system is now beating you and taking advantage of you. A lot of people did this very thing, and next thing you know, they have a recall, or maybe that thing's even trying to start their house on fire. You got to be careful and get the right equipment and the right people to install it. Of course, I'm talking about Safe Touch Security because this is all they do. No do-it-yourself alarm, no do-it-yourself camera system is going to keep your house safe. It doesn't have the two-way communicator, a direct connection to the command center to make sure you get the immediate attention you need. That's what Safe Touch does. Nobody is even close to being faster because you get backed up with a guaranteed response and a lifetime parts and labor warranty. Free system starting as low as $29.95 per month. And I'll tell you something else. They have a 24/7 advanced surveillance package as well. Again, starting at only $29.95 a month. These guys are serious about your safety. Hop on board today and check them out at safetouch.com. Call them 888-723-8682. Again, it's safetouch.com. State license EF233.
What? Just 15 seconds to talk about Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea? That smooth taste of real brewed tea with just the right kick of alcohol. What? We started already. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Look for it in the bright yellow cans.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Find out just how much you can save on your monthly mortgage payments at rpfunding.com. I'm Robert Palmer, and I want to help you save thousands by refinancing your home loan and letting me pay your closing costs. Rates this low can't last forever, so lock in today. NMLS 70168, Equal Housing.
Get ready. Saving starts with Xfinity. Because when you get Xfinity Internet and mobile together, you can save up to $400 a year on your wireless bill. Enjoy fast, reliable internet at home and nationwide 5G on the go, included at no extra cost. That means you can connect to everything you love, whether you're a next-level gaming aficionado, an online shopping mastermind, or crushing that research project. So go ahead, stream on all your devices or video chat from anywhere and save hundreds while doing it, because saving starts with Xfinity. Get Xfinity Internet for $20 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement. Plus, add Xfinity Mobile and ask how to get an eligible 5G phone on us. And for a limited time, $300 back. Don't miss out. Go to Xfinity.com/start saving. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit a store today. Internet offer ends 9/7/21 and requires paperless billing and autopay. Restrictions apply. New performance starter internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Savings based on optimized pricing. Actual savings may vary.
If you've been thinking, it's probably time to change my oil, you're probably right. So head to Advance Auto Parts and grab an oil change bundle. 5 quarts of Mobil 1, Valvoline, Castrol, or Pennzoil Full Synthetic Oil, and a qualifying premium oil filter for just $37.99. And right now, when you choose a Castrol Edge bundle, you also get Grime Boss wipes free. Advance your auto at Advance Auto Parts and participating CarQuest locations. See store for details.
The summer of can is here, and since we finally can, let's make it a premium summer. Fancy sausage at the barbecue, a full theater for camping, a fully gold bathing suit at the pool. Because Heineken is made with premium malt and their famous A yeast. So go premium with the crisp, ice-cold can of Heineken. Pick up a pack or get it delivered and put the can back into summer. That can be your six-pack. Must be 21 or over to purchase. Please drink responsibly.
Running a business comes with pressure. Remote workforces, HR compliance, retaining top talent. You start to feel boxed in. Fortunately, there's Insperity. They put 30-plus years of HR service and technology to work, offering my employees competitive benefit options while lightening my HR load. Instead of obstacles, I'm surrounded by people empowered to be their best. With Insperity, nothing seems impossible. Insperity, HR that makes a difference.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors. Dangling the proverbial carrot since 1993. Whatever the hell that means. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Radio 1041. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. The saga continues. Sorry for dipping out those couple of segments, but I have to take these phone calls when I can get them because contact with the facility that my mother is in and contact with her has been limited.
I said it's actually easier to catch Halley's Comet.
It's been so what just happened, so you guys, I dipped out for a couple segments, and what just happened was I'd been waiting on a phone call from my mom's doctor, and for you guys who are just tuning in, didn't hear the show yesterday, my mom is failing kidneys, COPD, aneurysm, bad shape. Told me Monday morning she refuses dialysis. Tried my best to talk some sense into her. She wasn't listening to that. It just ramped up even worse. I called, the doctor called, so I had to take the call because when they call, you have to take it because they're on a schedule. If you call, they don't get it. They move to the next call, and when you call back, they do not care. Your window is gone. You've missed it. So with that said, the doctor was talking to me about her situation. It's dire. What I did find out from yesterday, for you guys who didn't listen, and I don't mean to bring everybody down. I'm just trying to let you know what's going on.
Yeah, you're just sharing what's going on in your life.
So, my mom has been lying to me, and I told you guys yesterday, she has a habit of telling these little white lies to protect herself, so she doesn't have to get in conversations she doesn't want to have. I think we all have that defense mechanism. In this state, it makes it especially insidious because of the nature of the time that we have. And when I was talking to the doctor was explaining to me that, the nature of the situation, that her kidneys actually shown a little bit of improving, but really it was false simply because the machine was doing the work and they would if they took the thing right after the fact, blah, 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 still everything's bad. So while I'm on the phone with this guy, his nurse comes in and hands him a note and says, my nurse just handed me a note regarding your mom. They went in to give her lunch. She was gasping for air. They asked her if she was okay. She said, this happens every time after I eat. They got her calmed down a little bit and then gave her oxygen. Her oxygen levels are in the 80s, which is not good. Other numbers are showing other things. They told her, you need to go to the emergency room right now. She refused. And then told her nurse there would be a DNR in place. So she refuses to go to dialysis, and now she's refusing to go to the emergency room. She hung up on me. I tried to call her phone. She would not take my phone call. I called the facility to have them walk the phone down. She grabbed the phone. She said, hi. I said, Mom, what are you doing? She goes, I'm laying here. I go, but you need to go to the emergency room. She goes, I said, because when you refuse dialysis, this is what happens. This is what was going to happen. She said, I don't want to talk about this right now. I go, there is no more right now. Now is the only now. There is no waiting. The waiting thing is over. She goes, I don't want to talk about it right now. I said, well, do me a favor then. Could you please write out a simple will for me then? Can you do that? Again, trying to do anything to let her understand the magnitude of the situation. I don't want to do that either. And then hung up. And then now will not take a phone call, will not talk to me at all. And I am sitting here in Orlando, and I have no idea what to do. Because even a power of attorney almost doesn't even matter right now because the doctor told me, I said, what if I get a power of attorney? I can't make her go over there. You're right. And he said, no, you can't. She's of sound mind, and she won't, she just simply doesn't want to do anything. She simply doesn't want to do anything. I don't know if she's just giving up, and I'm powerless. I can't even go in the hospital. I can't even go on property. So I don't know what to do. At a complete loss. Called my wife, called my sister. She said, my wife is like, whatever you need right now. I'm like, I'd love to tell you what I need. I don't know. I need a mom that will listen and will go to the emergency room. And the doctor even told me, he said, son, if you can get her in there, you need to do it now because there are many ambulances left. All the ambulances are being used because everybody has a situation now.
Do you feel like you need to? Because
There's
Jimmy,
nothing, there's nothing I can do. I can't.
Right.
I couldn't even be in the room with her. She's COVID positive as well. And the doctor actually even said to me, that's the 6th day is when the COVID when it really starts, quote, crashing down. My uncle has double pneumonia because of this. So it's the thing. So I'm sitting here and I'm handcuffed. I'm 100 miles away, and if I was sitting in the parking lot, it wouldn't matter. There's literally nothing I could do. So Stephen just texted me, Stephen Kramer, and I let him know what's going on, and I'm waiting for his response. But and even then, like I said, the doctor said even if you get power of attorney, and I'm going to be honest because we're the situation now, right? I don't know that she's going to make it through, so I can be honest. My mom has dealt with paranoid schizophrenia for a while. I've talked about it on the air a number of times but I talk about it in an anonymous, like I know somebody. It's my mom. She's dealt with this for a very long time. We've had to get her help. I hate saying those two words because it sounds so terrible.
It's not.
But we've had to ask her. We've had to bake her after like 3 times over this and over this situation because she believes something happened to her many years ago. And if you know anything about people who get this, they will not change their mind. There's no evidence you could show them. I've been laughed at, like openly laughed at when I said, "Mom's nothing, nobody's watching you. None of this is happening." I mean, I would get laughed at. She would laugh at me like I was a fool. I've gotten call from officers where she would call them saying people are looking in their windows. I'd have to have the officer step away so I could tell the officer what's going on. And now that insidious bitch of a disease is now keeping me from even helping my mom. Because the great thing about this is she's lived with it so long, she's learned how to maneuver it. Where when you talk to her face, it seems like everything is cool. But everything is far from cool. It is ultimately uncool. And she will not, there is no budging it. She has learned how to manipulate my sister and I over many, many years. A lot of it I can see through. Some of it I cannot. The doctors and nurses have picked up on it immediately because this is something they hear all the time. These patients do this stuff all the time to these people that they deal with, these medical professionals. They lie to them all the time, trying to get out of a treatment out of this because they don't like it, they don't like this, so they can see this stuff a mile away. I still get the mom blinders on, and I give her the benefit of the doubt all the time when I should not. That's the nature of being related, I guess, familial. So now the situation is at its most dire situation, a dire point. And I guess now my job is just to wait for the phone call. That's my job now in life, is to wait for the call. And as much as I try to get her on the phone, they won't walk the phone in anymore. Once she says she doesn't want to talk, they're not going to do it. They're not going to. It doesn't matter who it is. If it's the Pope, it doesn't matter. They're not going to walk the phone into her room. And I truly hate to burden you guys with this. I really do. I want to talk about fun stuff. I don't want to do this. Nobody wants to do this.
Well, let me speak for the last segment. I don't think the whole pretzel dryness mouth was killing it.
Right.
Yeah.
But
thanks, Ross.
Yeah. Either way, nobody wants to. I don't want to constantly burden you guys with this. Everybody out there has their own troubles in life. These are just mine. And I can only hope that mine relate to somebody that can maybe help them make it through a situation like this, much like many of you guys who have texted the show and called and sent wonderful emails and text and Facebook messages of your own situations with your own parents. And I deeply appreciate every one of those. I really do. I've read every word, and I will eventually respond. But right now, I'm at that weird point where I don't know what's going on. I knew it was going to be here. I didn't know it was going to be here the next day.
Yeah, God, that's the worst part.
And I talked to her yesterday morning, and she sounded like she was ready to go out and play a volleyball tournament. And I just talked to her a minute ago, and it sounded like she was barely alive. I tell you exactly what it sounds like to people our age. It sounded like Charlotte talking. That's what it sounded like from Charlotte's Web when the spider was about to pass. That's what it sounded like. very weak, meek voice that sounded like it needed energy to even make that much noise. She did have enough energy to hang up on me, though. Got to give her that. She's not going to listen to power of attorney. She will not grant that. She won't write out a simple will. She's not going to do any of that. She has basically said in her actions that she is done. And it's so funny because, there's the scary, ironic part of this entire thing is that she could live. She could go to the dialysis and live. I don't know how much longer or whatever, but she could live. I guess I need to accept the fact that maybe she doesn't want to. So, anyway. So that's what's up. And I guess what I'll do now is we'll go to break here in a second. And I'll decide whether or not I'm going to stay the remainder of the day, and then we can move on. I don't know what to do because I'm expecting a call from our nurse.
Just go, Jimmy.
Yeah,
to tell me what's happening. But I don't know. What am I going to do?
Okay,
I'm going to go home and sit home and just sit there and wallow in my own pity.
Let's figure it out. Let's figure it out as a team, as a family. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, but I don't know what to do. I'm trying to get Kramer on the phone to see if there's anything I can do with or Steve. And I text Steven back and say, to see if there's anything I can do. Even with a power of attorney, it still doesn't mean that they will strap her to a thing.
No.
It doesn't mean they won't take her to it. They won't do anything she doesn't want to do because in her mind, she's in sound mind. She's never been clinically diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia. That's the problem. Even though she's been Baker acted, they never clinically diagnosed her with that. So that's where I am.
Well,
so I don't know. So I guess what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to probably take off, and I don't know what I'm going to do when I leave. I guess I'm just going to hop on the phone and try to manage this as much as I can.
You need to go to Putnam County.
Yeah, so anyway, I'm going to make these calls and see what I can do. I do appreciate your guys' patience, though. I really do. This has been difficult, as you might imagine. Like, it's difficult for everybody. It's difficult. Jack just went through this. It's difficult. Everybody's going to go through it. Managing this from afar has become just my bane. Has just been absolutely awful dealing with this from afar, because I'm trying to maintain my life here because I have responsibilities here and I have responsibilities elsewhere. So I'm just trying to do my very best. I don't even know why I'm saying that. I don't know why. I feel like I almost said the F word. It feels like a therapy session right now. All right, I'm going to go. And then you guys can do the rest of the program.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to try to find out what's going on, and then I will let you guys know about tomorrow. I appreciate every one of you guys. Thanks. 407-916-1041.
Your chance at $1,000 and a trip to our iHeartRadio Music Festival is minutes away on Real Radio.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center. Car crash? Call Clausman Law.
Officials still busy working to clear accidents. They've moved them off to the shoulder heading west on the beach line. There's one just before 520 and the other just past 520. Use some extra caution if you're traveling through this way. We're still seeing heavy traffic too. Heading west on I-4 between World Drive and 429. Eastbound slow too between Conroy Road and OBT. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Dell Technologies.
Sometimes it feels like your business is growing 100 miles an hour, barely keeping up. Dell Technologies advisors have the tech you need to get past whatever's in front of you. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL and do more with modern devices and Windows 10 Pro.
Look, any season is a great season for a beautiful new fence from our friends over at Mossy Oak Fence. You know, Mossy Oak Fence adds appeal and value to your home. More importantly, give you that safety and security for your family, kids, and pets that you long for. And on top of that, Mossy Oak sets the standard for quality, giving you the best warranty in the business. Premium quality custom fences built to last. And all you have to do is call or visit mossyoakfences.com, where your family's safety and security is their number one priority. Again, guys, it's mossyoakfences.com.
A SunTrust checking account lets you stay on top of your money and help it grow. Plant the seeds for your goals with access to financial resources and tools. Keep an eye on your spending, hedging and managing it by setting limits on our mobile app. And rake in cash back on debit card purchases from your favorite retailers with SunTrust deals. With all the right tools, your account can blossom. Open an account today at suntrust.com/checking. Must have online banking to participate in SunTrust deals. SunTrust, now Truist. Member FDIC.
At Off Lease Only, they know shoppers are looking for a nearly new car that fits their budget and lifestyle. So why spend time and energy haggling when you can shop with Off Lease Only to not only save time, but save thousands below retail on your next car, truck, SUV, or van? With Off Lease Only, they want their customers to leave the stress behind and find peace of mind with no haggling, no negotiating, no pressure, and no hidden fees. Don't pay more. Choose from fresh inventory that is arriving daily, and your trade-in is wanted. It has never been a better time to trade in and trade up. Financing is available for good and bad credit. Get pre-qualified online now at offleaseonly.com. Shop online at offleaseonly.com or call 407-222-CARS or take a test drive at their massive state-of-the-art location just off the beach line at Narcoossee and McCoy. Your next car is waiting for you right now at offleaseonly.com.
You do not want your AC to break down when it gets hot in the summertime in Central Florida, so make sure you get hold of Mills Air. They can help you with preventative maintenance on all brands. Preventative maintenance can save you so much money. They can detect upcoming breakdowns and you're not stuck. MillsAir.com. That's MillsAir.com.
Hey Orlando, this is Paul Anka for PDQ.
PDQ from start to closing, afternoon to night. Made to order, never frozen, with love in every bite. Quality that's fast and fresh, that's our pledge to you. For chicken just made so much better, count on PDQ.
International Diamond Center's best event of the year is happening now with your choice of 2 incredible offers. Offer number 1, an instant 25% savings on all wedding bands. You heard it right. Now, for a limited time, get our best price ever on all wedding bands, 25% off across the board. Or if you prefer, you can take advantage of offer number 2, 0 interest financing for 36 months on any purchase, and IDC will even cover your first 2 payments. This incredible finance option is for everything: rings, pendants, bands, bracelets, designer jewelry, even certified diamonds. Pick any item, spread your payments over 3 years with 0 interest, and as a bonus, IDC will even cover your first 2 payments. So you can save big on wedding bands or take advantage of this incredible finance offer. Whichever you choose, you can't lose during IDC's Summer of Savings event, now through the end of August, only at International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations on approved credit.
The new podcast, Long Shot, the 250-year journey to the COVID-19 vaccine, dives into the complicated science of the pandemic and the research, methods, and people behind today's vaccines.
This is like one of the best vaccines ever made in terms of its effectiveness, in terms of its safety. I keep waiting for the other shoe to drop on these vaccines, and it hasn't happened.
Listen to Long Shot, the 250-year journey to the COVID-19 vaccine on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Wawa and Chips Ahoy are teaming up to bring you handcrafted beverages that'll make your summer adventures epic. Like
going to the beach.
Going to the beach with a delicious and creamy Chips Ahoy milkshake. And
binging season 3 of that show.
Binging season 3 of that show with a tasty Chips Ahoy smoothie. Whatever you're doing this summer, make it epic. Chips Ahoy milkshakes, smoothies, and sundaes are here. Crafted to crave at Wawa. For dinner made fresh, delicious, and just for you, Wawa's got you covered with fresh baked pasta and delicious burgers every day starting at 4 p.m. Choose pasta options like penne and meatballs, fettuccine alfredo, or create your own pasta bowl. Or enjoy the burger you crave, made with your choice of cheese and toppings on a brioche bun. Even better with a side of fries. There's a dinner option for every craving, every day starting at 4 p.m. Enjoy dinner your way at Wawa.
Hey everybody, Jay Farner here, CEO of Rocket Mortgage and Rocket Companies. Last year we saw historically low mortgage interest rates. In fact, over 1 million homeowners took advantage of refinancing or buying a new home with Rocket Mortgage. What you may not know is that interest rates are already starting to increase again, and it's likely that trend is only going to continue. Our team of experts is standing by to help you save before rates go up. With an official mortgage review from Rocket Mortgage, you'll see just how much money you could save by making a move right now. Don't look back over these next few weeks and wish that you had taken action. You could save hundreds on your mortgage payments or pay off your home loan earlier than planned. You could even take cash out of your home to pay off high-interest debt, complete home repairs, or bulk up on an emergency fund. When you want to secure a low rate, Rocket can. Call 833-8-ROCKET or visit rocketmortgage.com.
Rocket. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender licensed in all 50 states and MLSConsumerAccess.org number 3030.
Any legal issue, Kramer Law, onefirmforlife.com. Offices Altamont Springs.
It is time for a new bathroom. My God, you've told yourself that 1,000 times. Every single time you walk by it, you curse it a little bit. Don't deal with that. You don't have to. You have options. Rebath of Mid-Florida is that option. National company with standards, policies, and procedures to make sure you get the job you pay for in the right time every single time. And that's what they do. This bathroom remodeling is like 2 to 4 days. That's what the average time is. They do it with their employees. That means you always see the same people every single day. That's so important when it's all said and done. Lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. And by the way, the products are so awesome. Made here in the U.S., products you've known, Moen, Kohler, Delta, Birch cabinets. That's what they put in. This is not cheap stuff, guys. These are really nice bathrooms. Natural stone like travertine marble, cut perfectly, no grout lines. And all you have to do is slide into their showroom, and when you see those models, you're like, oh, yeah, this is great. We'll do this for sure. And those are just to show you what they can do. Those aren't the actual bathrooms. Man, get with these guys and let them design you one. They have a team ready to help you out right now. Hop online today, check out the before and afters, then book your appointment. It's rebathmidfla.com.
Don't miss our...
Picture the perfect international vacation. Historic architecture, quaint cafes, beautiful beaches. It sounds great. Now imagine getting there. You got a 14-hour cramped flight, a long wait in customs, and a whole lot of jet lag to look forward to. Introducing a new way to travel, intranationally. Get all that international charm without ever leaving the country. Get all the culture, cuisine, and beaches right here in St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra. Travel intranationally. Visit FloridasHistoricCoast.com to learn more.
Broadcasting live from the personal injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studio. Car accidents, other injuries? Call pound 546 from your cell or visit whenyouneedus.com. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000 and a trip to our iHeartRadio Music Festival now. Text the nationwide keyword WIN. 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 To the number 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's WIN. To the number 200-200. Good luck.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Also available to watch. Yeah. We like it when you watch. At The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1. Hope you're having a terrific Tuesday. You've got Deb, you've got Jack, you've got Ross. If you were a part of the last segment before we went to break, you heard the heartbreak that is what's going on with Jim Colbert at the moment. Our stalwart host has left for the day because he got some unsettling news about his mom's condition. So he's now on his way home, trying to figure out his next step. And Jack, you know, having had your mom live with you and go through so much of what Jimmy has gone through, and I mean, can you offer us any advice?
Yeah, it's tough because I know I've been in that moment where he got in the car and doesn't know where to point it, right? He doesn't, going to where his mom is right now is not going to get him in, but it's that geography as close as you can be to the situation, because right now he feels sidelined, removed, and useless. With my mom, I have 6 sisters. I was fortunate enough to have my mom live with us and to go through that experience. I consider myself fortunate because I saw the helplessness that my sisters went through being on the, other side of either the country or the phone or just, the state, and just not being there. They were so appreciative of the fact of what my wife and I could do for my mom, but also the helplessness they felt at not being able to be there. So I see that, I understand it, and I sympathize with it. Just sending all the love we can to Jimmy and his mom,
Yeah, absolutely.
and prayers for God's grace. But just it's so tough, and the challenge that I didn't have, which just makes it more difficult, is the disconnect and the disagreement that they're having over medical care. We did not have to go through that. Fortunately, it was a different situation.
Right.
Looking back, it's like, wow, you see the signs of things that were there where you realize that, because with my mom, there were like days where she was lucid and then other days where she just seemed out of it. And you didn't realize it was kind of preparing us. And my mom didn't pass until she was alone. It's like when they determined she has to go back to the hospital, it was in the ambulance. But when she was no longer with my sister, and so the thought was that, and I've heard people say that they wait till you're not there, so they're not staying alive for you, and they can just go. And based on what Jimmy was saying yesterday, and my recurring question to him was, do you think she's making this decision knowing what's going to happen, and just saying that it'll be fine, and accepting her fate? Or do you really think she's in denial and think, oh, everything's going to be fine? Yeah, I'm healthy. They're all wrong.
Right.
And based on what Jimmy has shared with us today, it sounds like she accepted what her fate will be, and she is resigning herself to that. And I think what could be...
It's the adult children and the grandchildren. Yeah. And that's, I think with Jimmy's situation, I can appreciate yours so much more for the beauty for what it was, Jack.
Right.
You know, the time spent together, the complete understanding of what was expected, what was needed, and when it was no longer something that you and NaomiBradshaw.com could do, you had a plan. Whereas this, what Jimmy's going through is my nightmare, and that is, as an adult, you have to accept that your parent is an adult and that this is their life and their health. But I'd be like Jimmy. I would fight like hell, because you can't, and I don't want to say the words, you can't leave me, but at the same time, just live. Damn it. Just get another month or 2 months or 3 months or years.
So, and you have to look, and it's so tough because we're making these decisions, and I got caught in this moment, and it's that quality of life decision.
Yeah.
Now, fortunately, we had a plan, and my mom had a living will, and she also had a DNR. There was a moment where my sisters were in town. They weren't at the hospital. I was there, and they had to intubate my mom. And I'm like, well, wait, she has a DNR. And they goes, yeah, but does she have a DNI? And I'm like, wait a minute. I thought DNR covered that. Do not resuscitate.
Right.
But no, they're talking about do not intubate. Now, I believe the DNR form my mom had covered that, but that's besides the point. So at that moment, I was forced to make a decision based on what I knew my mom's wishes was. The answer would have been no, do not intubate. However, my sisters I had on the phone who were driving across town towards the hospital said, oh, no, you need to do that because they want her to hold on until they get there. You know, so it was a decision being made for them and not necessarily for her. Nothing against my sisters, because I might have made the same exact decision had I not been at the hospital. But so often we think of, wait, I'm not ready to let you go. This doesn't seem right. However,
it's too quick. I didn't have any time to prepare.
Absolutely. And it's tough. And the one thing I really wish for Jimmy is that he is at peace with everything that happens. And I know right now he is not. It is turmoil. It is uncertainty. It is,
it doesn't help with her hanging up on him.
No, it doesn't, because you want him to be able to have a loving conversation with her, whether it's today, tomorrow, a month, or a year from now, whenever their last conversation is, you want it to be positive and loving and like a mother-son should be. And you don't want it to be arguing over, hey, you need to go to the hospital. Yeah. So it's extremely tough, but it's so hard to let go when and as Jimmy said, he knows that if they treat her, today doesn't have to be her last day.
Exactly. Exactly.
But if his mom, and as determined of sound mind, says, "This is what I want," I think the best thing for anyone
Everyone.
is to accept her wishes and just love her and be as supportive as you can.
And, this is why, thank you, Yvonne. She texted us earlier at 77031 and said that's why it's so important to get everything in order, all of your paperwork, your power of attorney, lawyers, everything before your parents get too old and unable to think straight, make a living will, get all of that done before it's too late. And again, we have Orlando attorney Stephen Kramer on every Monday, and he does just this, estate planning.
So, and a true story, because my mom had that, and it just made an extremely difficult situation easier to navigate because we knew what her wishes were all along, right? So we could always refer back to that. And after that forced me to do it, and I went to Stephen Kramer, and we did that for me and my wife as well, just to have the paperwork. This is what our wishes are, and this is what should happen in case this happens, and there is a peace of mind that comes with it. But so many people have a hard time thinking about doing anything that involves that the idea of your demise.
Well, it feels like you're jinxing it.
I mean, it's inevitable. It truly is the most consistent thing about taking a breath.
About life. And, it's interesting, too, is that it's easy for people of a quote-unquote certain age to think about that. But then I think back to the case of Terry Schiavo, the young woman in her 30s, had a stroke, home alone, was, alone for hours with her brain deprived of oxygen. And then it was her family and her husband going to court over whether or not to take her off life support that she had been on for many, many decades. So all of this paperwork is really important regardless of what age you are. And I always think of what Stephen Kramer's, that saying he says, if you hate your family, then don't have a plan.
Right.
Because it throws everything into turmoil when these decisions aren't made beforehand. Who would have thought there's a difference between a DNR? I'd never even heard of a DNI.
Neither did I, till a doctor in her room was telling me over, my mom, and waiting for me to decide on treatment.
Oh my God.
It is a pressure moment.
It is.
And I tell you what my experience, and what Jimmy has said, the medical staff he has dealt with have been phenomenal. And that's always been my experience as well. And, God bless them. I know they're dealing with, on top of these decisions and these moments that they deal with on a daily basis, to throw a COVID crisis on top of that and what they're going through in hospitals, while you and I kind of live our lives, we may wear our masks a little more now,
right?
But what they are dealing with on a daily basis in the hospitals now, and then also maintain the regular level of care that they have to do. Bravo to our doctors and nurses and all medical staff.
Absolutely. And I'll preach this last one before. I definitely want to say hi to Party Mom because she's been so kind to hang on for us for quite a few minutes. But man, if this is what you're going through with a diagnosed disease, imagine how scary it is to catch something like COVID. And be looking at these kinds of decisions if you even have that kind of time,
right?
With how sick people are getting. Party Mom, thank you so much for holding on and listening, being a fan for so long.
Absolutely. I was actually crying, and that's just because we get to know you guys. Especially me. I've been to some of the events, and me. I realize I'm not code black, but
but who is?
None of us are.
And the world doesn't need another code black.
No.
I hope Jim goes to Palatka, and I just want to let him know. Obviously, we all love him, in a fan way, and I know he holds that in high regard. I do want to encourage everybody to get a will.
Yeah.
If you can't get a will, at least write something down. When my late husband passed, he didn't have one. And it makes everything so much harder because you have so much crap that you have to go through on top of what you're already going through. So again, I just encourage everybody to get a will from Attorney Kramer. Again, if nothing else, at least write it down on something so your wife or your husband knows what your wishes are.
Yeah.
So.
That is some great advice. Thank you, Party Mom, and
We
thank
love
you for
you.
Yeah, we love you. Thank you for always being what we call a P1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Party Mom 1.
Party Mom 1. Absolutely. Like Formula 1.
Man, this is one weird way, though, to find out that I don't think my dad really liked my family because he did no such thing as a will.
Hey, a lot of people don't.
Aretha Franklin didn't do it.
Aretha Franklin.
What are you doing?
Aretha Franklin.
Prince didn't do it.
Prince didn't do it.
Aretha's all about respect.
And yet passed with that kind of fortune, that kind of music catalog, and no idea for her family and friends and business managers.
But you never know.
Right.
You do. Most of us do not know when that last day will be, and it's when you're going through a medical crisis that is dire. Is you don't want to have to be worrying about the legalities of everything going on and trying to deal with that on top of the medical crisis.
Right.
It's it's enough just to handle a medical crisis, let alone everything that happens, whether it's will and,
DNR, DNI.
All of that stuff. Do yourself a favor, even if it's a hard, topic for you to fathom, but you'll sleep better. And just knowing that your wishes are documented and God forbid you're in a situation where it needs to be implemented, at least your wishes will be known.
It's no different than hearing the difference between your experience, Jack, and hearing what Jimmy is going through right now. Just ask yourself which one of those experiences. You have to go through it. Would you rather experience one where, like in Jack's case, or one where what Jimmy is going through right now?
And we love him. We're sending our love to him and his family, but we just, I want him to be able to not have any regrets when he looks back on, any of the time he had in however long his mom is with us.
And that's why he didn't need to stay the rest of the day today, because we can handle it.
We can do What'd You Do that's new.
And let's do that. Let's have a little bit of fun. So we're going to do that next. So if you watched, have a good trip, Adventures in Psychedelics. And even if you didn't, tune in, because we're going to do What'd You Do next right here on The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Follow Real Radio 104.1 on the gram and witness Mother Nature healing itself. Like this pic of a coyote on the... Nope, never mind, that's just a big rat.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, shop the rest, buy from the best, goldsmithjewelry.com.
Well, the beach line is slowly getting back up to speed due to the couple of accidents just before 520 and one after 520 are all on the shoulder now. If you're traveling on I-4, westbound still a solid ride between World Drive and 429. We're seeing eastbound delays too between Conroy Road and OBT, and also between Princeton Street and Lee Road. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Discover matches all the cash back you earn on your credit card at the end of your first year. It's amazing because Discover is accepted at 99% of places in the U.S. that take credit cards. Learn more at discover.com/yes. 2021 Nielsen Report limitations apply.
Well, you hear about the news, I think a little more and more every day, especially with that big report released yesterday about the environment and where we are and things we need to do to make changes for the benefit of the whole planet, and that's reducing our carbon footprint. One of the ways you can do that is by going solar. This is a decision I made for my family back in 2013. They say the second best time to go solar is today. The best time would have been 20 years ago, or whatever that cliche is. But the fact of the matter is, Solar Source can get you started. When you go to solarsource.com, you could get a free savings estimate, and you can see what you can save. Because here's the bottom line. When you put solar on your roof, you immediately reduce your carbon footprint, because you're going to start using electricity that is created from sunlight hitting your solar panels on your roof, okay? So that immediately reduces the amount of energy you're getting from the power company. So what that does, it reduces your power bill. You are using less energy from whatever power company you are hooked up to, so that means your power bill goes down. Use those savings to pay off your solar panels, and then, a few years in the future, it's going to be paid off. Mine is now paid off, and I am happy because I have reduced my carbon footprint and I've reduced my power bill. You can do this as well. SolarSource.com. That is the company. They've been doing it since 1984 in Central Florida. 25-year warranty. Get a free savings estimate today at SolarSource.com. Tell them Jack from Real Radio sent you. When it comes to power, trust the source. Solar Source.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
Hey, Central Florida, it's time to up your standard of driving. RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. Are you sick of driving a car you hate? Raise the bar in a nice new car and lower your monthly payment at the same time. Used cars from just $69 per month. New cars from just $129 per month. Raise the bar and I'll get more for your old car. We'll pay up to $5,000 over appraised value for your clunker. Is your credit score lower than you like? We will help you get approved. That's what makes us your car dealer next door. Give it a try. I'm raising the bar and making my best offer ever, like brand new Mirage's 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty, and introducing the all-new 2022 Outlander in stock and ready for delivery. Plus, check out our certified used cars. Monthly payments from just $69 per month. Trade-ins will pay over appraised value. So get here quick. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Mirage 9900 72 months. 2.9 APR. $9 down. $249 payment plus tax tag fees. Max trade incentive based on purchase.
Wow, I've got a whole 5 minutes before my next call. What should I do? Grab a snack? Nah. Text with mom? That's more than a 5-minute proposition. I have been looking at getting a new bank account. Is that even possible?
Can't believe you have extra time? You won't believe what you can do with it. Open a Regions checking account online in as little as 5 minutes. Then enjoy award-winning service and banking tools and tech that help you live in the moment. Learn more at regions.com/live-in-the-moment. Regions Bank, member FDIC.
Thousands of free playlists are being created now by people just like you on the free iHeart app. At iHeart, we think every mood and activity deserves a playlist, so we made it totally free for you to start creating your very own. Working out, chilling out, or maybe you're getting ready for tailgate season. We made it super easy. Start by searching for a song, or simply add a song you hear streaming on your favorite station like this one directly into a playlist, and we'll help with the other songs to finish it. Only on the free iHeart app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one.
International Diamond Center's best event of the year is happening now with your choice of 2 incredible offers. Offer number 1, an instant 25% savings on all wedding bands. You heard it right. Now, for a limited time, get our best price ever on all wedding bands, 25% off across the board. Or if you prefer, you can take advantage of offer number 2, 0 interest financing for 36 months on any purchase, and IDC will even cover your first 2 payments. This incredible finance option is for everything: rings, pendants, bands, bracelets, designer jewelry, even certified diamonds. Pick any item, spread your payments over 3 years with 0 interest, and as a bonus, IDC will even cover your first 2 payments. So you can save big on wedding bands or take advantage of this incredible finance offer. Whichever you choose, you can't lose during IDC's Summer of Savings event, now through the end of August, only at International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations on approved credit.
Okay, so the IKEA 10-year family celebration is here, and we have got a lot to cover.
Taking notes as we speak.
So we've got coupons.
Yep.
Giveaways.
You know it.
And limited time offers.
Already on the shelves.
Great. Oh, lastly, we'll need more chairs.
How many?
Oh, just 22 million.
Right.
It's the celebration of a decade, so let's make sure they all know to go visit their local IKEA store or to IKEA-USA.com now through August 22nd to learn more or become a member today.
Got it.
Oh, you're the best.
I know.
Thinking about divorce? Kramer Law. OneFirmForLife.com. Offices Altamont Springs.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show. Already in progress.
Minute talk. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1. What?
No, what I'm at is there's a couple versions of this song. It's Superstar by Lupe Fiasco. A couple versions of it. This was not the one I intended. The beginning is a bit different and not great for rejoins. But this is with Young Jeezy.
Yeah, you don't like the G's? You don't like the Snowman?
This is the pony I like. Yeah.
That's the part I was waiting for.
Yeah. The hook, baby.
That hook, absolutely. You got to be careful with those hip-hop ones. If you don't have the radio edit, that's a butt pucker moment right there.
And fortunately, because I'm dealing with the radio software, I figure anything we're playing should be fine.
Exactly. Like I said.
If not, there are other problems we need to manage.
Exactly. Oh, a whole lot of them. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. Jim had to leave early today. As you've been hearing over the last couple of days, he's in a state of flux with his mom's health, and so he has left early to take care of that situation, but it's no problem because in his place, you've got Deb, Jack, and Ross, and it's time to do What'd You Do That's New.
What'd you do that's new? What'd you do that's new? Hey! If we only knew something new to do, we're relying on you. Tell us something new brought to you by Clausman Law.
Yes, thank you, Clausman Law. If you've been in a car, truck, or a motorcycle accident, give him a call. Glenn Clausman is the best, 407-917-1718, or you can also check him out online at clausmanlaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN law.com. This week, it was my week to assign for What'd You Do That's New. Jack, you're welcome, because apparently you had already seen it.
Yeah, but you hadn't.
I hadn't, and I picked it because it was funny.
Let's address this time. Yeah. Let's talk about this.
Okay, so I don't know if that's what we're trying to do here. We want to see something that resonated with you, something that you hold close to your heart, and then we find out that you haven't watched it, and it's like, oh, well, she's going to review it too.
Well,
what if you hated it?
Then I say that I hated it. Then I give you an honest review.
Yeah, but by the way, everything you've picked so far has been interesting, and you've never had any clunkers. But
the Cats one was a clunker.
I learned a lot about cats. It's just really fun to
Jack is still paying for it.
I'm literally still paying for it. I do have a monthly donation to PBS.
Yay, PBS.
And he's happy about it.
Yeah, he is.
Well, I haven't canceled it, so I kind of take it, but it's a bitter reminder. But ironically, still haven't seen it because although I signed up, I didn't get the password to actually view it, so I never watched it. I started donating to PBS, and this is over a year ago, and I continue to donate because I believe in the product of what they do.
Well, then there you go.
So I'm content to do that, but you cost me, Roberts. You cost me money.
Well, listen, I picked this because the subject matter is interesting to me. Sting just doesn't know it, but he was supposed to marry me.
We know. We know it.
I just keep putting out there for the universe.
Yeah, block him out and do terrible things. You can make that joke when it's female to male.
I've always had an interest in this subject. Isn't that truth? It is the truth, sadly. I've always had an interest in this subject, but have never experienced it. So I thought when I saw the trailer of this Netflix film, it's a 2020 film. It is called Have a Good Trip, Adventures in Psychedelics. It features explore hallucinogenic highs and lows as celebrities share funny, mind-blowing tales via animations, reenactments, and more in this documentary. You've got Sting, Sarah Silverman, who her personal story still... Ben Stiller, A$AP Rocky.
Oh, that's the story.
Yeah, that's the Rainbows. Carrie Fisher, Anthony Bourdain, and like I said, so I picked this because I wanted to see how they would describe something I've always had an interest in but have never experienced it.
Well, let's make that happen first and foremost.
Well, now, actually, I'd like to ask, so Deb, as you watching this special, it was what, about an hour and a half?
Hour and a half.
On Netflix, and so is it about... It was a bunch of celebrities.
It really was.
It was filled with celebrities talking about their psychedelic experiences. And what's interesting is how open some of them were, where it used to be more taboo that you wouldn't be as forthcoming with basically
drug use of all.
Illegal drug activity, but it's kind of indicative of how culture has changed and open up about that.
That's part of the reason why I picked it, was because the trailer reminded me a little bit like Half-Baked. And that movie, when it came out, if you remember, was a little subversive for just that reason, Jack. You had a lot of big name celebrities kind of going on the record as being pot smokers at a time when not as many states had passed medical marijuana laws. So it was kind of
I'm not even sure any were when Half-Baked came out.
Exactly.
Right.
So
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
a big
yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
It was Willie Nelson. It was, Stephen Baldwin talking about making a bong out of a potato. It was anybody who's ever smoked out of anything other than a pipe laughed at that scene.
Yeah.
So it reminded me a lot of those celebrities in Half-Baked who kind of came out and subversively said, yeah, I'm a smoker. So, and hearing the psychedelic experiences, Deepak Chopra did not expect to have this thing guided by Deepak Chopra.
Well, at least giving that analysis he did, and I found it interesting. Okay, so basically, it was a bunch of different celebrities, people you're familiar with, talking about their psychedelic experiences.
Nick Offerman.
He was kind of the host, and as you mentioned, they do animations in it. I enjoyed it. I watched it again last night.
Oh,
as a
did
matter
you?
Of fact. Yeah, so just to refresh myself with it, because I watched it, 6 months ago or so, but I don't remember most things probably because of psychedelics I've done in the past.
Nice.
But so I watched it again, and Ross and I were talking a little bit about it. I think he and I share a lot of the same views on it, but I did enjoy it. It was interesting. I thought it was well put together, and I thought they also kind of dropped in some nuggets of good advice in there too.
So, as someone who's experienced psychedelics, were any of those things true?
Yeah.
Because I have no frame of reference.
Yeah, neither do I. I've never done them. Ross?
What?
Way to save it, Jay.
You just
What? I'm sorry, what? Go ahead.
just
She
said-
asked you a question.
But you just...
Well, she asked you a question.
All right, man. You can keep your manager pants on. I guess. I'll let you get away with it.
Someone slip him a tab so he loses them.
So, first and foremost, the documentary isn't my favorite. I'm a huge documentary fan. I thought some of the act outs and stuff a little too much. I'm more curious about theories behind hallucinogens, like the stoned ape theory, which is basically like primates before humans were humans. There was like this weird million-year almost puberty that we found and fell into, and the theory behind how we got to the point of communicating is because
Are you tripping right now?
That primates ate psilocybin, which is found in hallucinogenic mushrooms, and it sped up the human brain to where we are today, which is a fun theory.
It's a thought.
And it's also part of the reason in the theory they talk about that's how we got to the point of communicating far greater and far better than we did before that million years. But they don't bring up the stoned ape theory in this documentary, and that's like the stuff that I want to learn about when it comes to hallucinogenics. But going back to your original question, are those rules accurate? Don't drive tripping.
Oh, well, without a doubt.
Yeah. Do not drive tripping.
Although I had a friend in college, that was when he preferred to drop acid, was right before he got behind the wheel.
No! And you know
it
what?
was stupid because he liked to watch the color trails off his hands.
Rest in peace, Greg.
Yeah.
All right. So
Jay,
and anyone else in his path.
Yeah, no doubt.
What was his name?
Jay.
Same thing.
I won't even tell you his last name.
The second,
Probably best.
I believe the second rule, and I believe this is the absolute it is the most important rule I think that they rattled off, which was be in the right set and be in the right setting.
Okay, I have heard that before, but I was like, is that how I've heard it before? What about, so set and setting?
Yeah,
now
your
set
was talking about your mentality. They brought up a great example of
Your
like
mindset.
if you're fresh from a breakup, I would not advise. You got to be in a good, strong mental place. Not even strong, but just healthy. You don't go into this if you are depressed.
Yeah.
At least in my experience personally, is like if you're having a bad day, you might, I don't know, reconsider it and wait for another time.
It can amplify whatever you're focused on. So the set and the setting, you want to be a positive thing because that's what's going to be amplified. If it is a negative thing, it can be a negative experience.
Yeah, like if you're going to a funeral, don't do that.
Yeah, no.
You know,
No.
that's going to be a really interestingly bad time and this is all my opinion, and I guess Jack's not opinion.
Because I've always heard you need to have like a minder or like a babysitter, someone who isn't rolling, someone who isn't tripping, someone who can kind of guide the experience.
It's just someone probably who's gone down that rabbit hole. Is someone who has I wouldn't say you need someone to babysit, because all the times that I have tripped, which has been solely mushrooms. I've
really?
never,
You've never tripped LSD or?
I've never
is that
taken
same as acid.
Well, LSD, yes.
LSD is
Sorry.
acid. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
It's okay.
it's we're gonna get you there.
No, well,
Not
You
on
are?
air. We're this is all hypothetical.
Yeah.
I'm having so much fun right
oh,
now.
if it's hypothetical, I got some stories.
Yeah.
All right.
And the third rule before Jack goes
Yes.
is that
The mirrors.
You're setting your setting, that was your mentality, and then your setting is very important. My rule is that I'm outside during the day. I don't like going out into public places because I think everybody knows, and I can freak out pretty easily. I've touched that hot stove before. And then the last rule was don't look at yourself in the mirror, which I have, and it was rough.
Really? Jack, any hypothetical didn't really happen experiences?
Yeah, that thing about looking in the mirror is true, because it's like your skin is almost translucent. You can really get fixated on looking at everything.
They said that. They said you could see your blood.
And it's just when it veins or something, it's just not an appealing thing. And you kind of get trapped. And sometimes you're so focused. Sometimes when you have that control person who's not experiencing the same thing as you, they can help guide you. Like if you're sitting in the back of a pickup truck in front of the house trying to make sure no one else leaves, they can tell you, you don't really need to be outside. You should come back in the house. You know, hypothetically, that could happen.
There you
by,
go,
by,
Jack.
by that one person. Named Patrick. Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you, Pat. But
Hypothetical, Pat.
But music. I mean, some people have playlists
Carrie
in their
Fisher.
phone for music to listen to.
Whoa.
What?
Playlist? I don't know.
Well,
hypothetically,
what
would be on a playlist?
Why do you think people like EDM?
It's
Electronic
drugs.
dance music.
I wouldn't. EDM doesn't have the strong connection to hallucinogenics.
Right, yeah,
to,
but
at
I mean,
least
yeah.
in-
I mean,
How about fish?
There's fish. Well, I'll put it this
String
way.
cheese.
Put it this way. Hypothetically, I've been to 2 Grateful Dead concerts.
My man.
Hypothetically, one was completely sober.
Let's go.
Hypothetically, that one sucked.
Let's bump it.
That's exactly what they said on the special,
Yeah.
the documentary.
True
They're like-
story.
They're like, man, dead music not rolling it's all right.
They did
tripping. It's a magical experience.
They did touch on one thing that I have experienced every time, not hypothetically tripping on mushrooms. Yes.
I forget what's true anymore.
Right? I know. It's like working. But the one moment that I've had every time I've tripped is that there's a moment about a couple hours in where I've always felt like, all right, I want this to be done with.
I've heard you eat sugar.
I don't think there's nothing. You have to buckle up, buckaroo, and you have to realize that you have digested that, and that's what's in control to a certain degree. You can't go ahead and turn it off as much as you go, oh man, I want this to be over with. And then you can start to panic because you start going like, okay, I can't stop feeling this way. Am I stuck? And then that is a very easy thought to slip into when you're
And that's
tripping.
when Pat comes over and says, you should probably listen to the music in this room. And then you're like, okay, cool.
Yeah, and what helps,
hypothetically,
I've had this happen is that I felt stuck. I felt, oh my God, what did I do? I messed up. I'm going to be like this for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I'm never coming out of it. And they touch on that in the documentary. It's a very common thought when you're doing that. And the best thing, this sounds so silly and it sounds so mushroom acid advice, but the best thing you can do is literally have someone remind you, hey, you ate mushrooms. You just need the reminder of, oh yeah, That's still happening.
So
I'm still going through those effects.
Obviously, so again, for those just joining us, we're reviewing it. So what'd you do that's new? It's Have a Good Trip, Adventures in Psychedelics. It was a 2020 Netflix documentary that, Deb, you had us watch last night. I think what's interesting is in that documentary, they also had clips of old like Don't Do Drug films.
Oh, yeah, Reefer Madness.
And all of that, and kind of the stories we were told growing up, and then, have the modern day experiences of celebrities, and Carrie Fisher, who kind of traveled the world to do this, and,
Oh, it was fascinating.
Yeah.
It was, they treated it like an after-school special for anyone who ever kept a Trapper Keeper.
Yeah.
Or remembers the after-school specials, The More You Know.
But the lessons, I know this sounds real stony baloney, but the lessons that I've learned off of those trips and those experiences, I know I'll never forget. And it's a very humbling, ego-destroying experience. And I think that's the biggest benefit of it. Really reminds you of your humanity. I understand that you are digesting something, but it takes two to dance. That something that you just ate is also interacting with yourself. And each time I've done it, I've always kind of forgot that, my God, look how intricate being a human is.
And they mentioned that several different people have talked about that experience, about that feeling of being one and part of a system, and the connectivity, not only with other people, but with everything on the planet. Matter of fact, another hypothetical story, I know someone who is doing something, and I believe the person's thought was, if everyone could do ecstasy, there would be peace on Earth.
And then one hell of a come down.
That Tuesday's going to be rough, y'all.
I'll say this, is that the first time I ever tripped was also the hardest I've ever tripped, because where I was tripping was the person who was growing it. This is when I was younger, and it was fresh shrooms. And I don't know how true this is. Texting service, let me know. But fresh shrooms or wet, usually what happens is that you have to dry them out so they don't mold over, so that way you can transport them and that they don't just, go rotten.
Right.
But if you pick them straight from the ground and they still wet, you can do it, and it's going to be far different, to the point where weighing them out is also different. So if you were to eat 3.5 grams of dried shrooms, what that looks like when it's fresh because of the water weight, you are allegedly supposed to move the decimal over. What I'm trying to say is that when I first ate mushrooms, the first time I ate it, I saw the scale read 35 grams. And that, still to this day, was spiritual, educational, fearful. I looked at myself in the mirror, and that's when it went south a little bit.
Oh, boy. And so I'd like to finish up and say, don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah, hypothetically speaking, right?
Unless you want to be like Ross.
Yeah. What's up?
So what we're going to do is take a quick break and then come back and find out what you are going to assign, Jack.
You're pointing to me?
You're up next.
Okay.
Hope you've got your choice.
Europe is next.
We'll do that next.
What you do that's new, brought to you by Glenn Klossman. KLAUSMANLAW.com. Proudly sponsored since day one by Glenn Klossman. KlossmanLaw.com.
We have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO moving.com.
This is Chris Collinsworth. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings.
Zach Wilson's struggles continue at Jets camp, and now his head coach already coming to his defense. The reality is Wilson's small and cocky. NFL's never been easier for quarterbacks. College kids coming into the league more prepared. Offensive coaching's top-notch. Robert Saleh said of Wilson, it's going to get worse before it gets better. For the sake of Jets fans, things better turn around quick. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Download the DraftKings app and use code SPORTS to get a free shot at millions of dollars up for grabs this week with your first deposit.
Minimum $5 deposit required. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details.
And what a great time to finally get out of glasses or contacts, man. No better time than summer in Florida, hitting the beach, enjoying yourself. Why not try vision correction surgery, man? The Filatowski Eye Institute can take care of you. They use the latest LASIK technology called Smile LASIK, minimally invasive, faster recovery times, get you back to work or play way sooner. And on top of that, Chief Surgeon and Medical Director Dr. Conrad Filatowski is recognized as one of the top 3 smile surgeons in the U.S. You're in great shape, in good hands. 24-month interest-free financing is available for qualified patients, and all you have to do is text 1041 to 868686. Again, that's 1041 to 868686 for the Filatowski Eye Institute.
At Navy Federal Credit Union, we help our members execute missions every day, like Operation
Earn cash back on tutus, dance lessons, and tiaras, so I can get a little more towards something for me.
or Operation
Pay for soccer, pay for piano, pay for dinner. Then use the cash back on something for mama.
The Cash Rewards card from Navy Federal gives you 1.5% cash back on purchases and has your back with fraud protection. Apply now. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members of the mission. Open to the armed forces, the DoD, veterans, and their families. Insured by NCUA.
Fence Outlet has the largest selection of fencing options in the state with over 400,000 square feet of showroom and warehouse space. Get 0% financing for 12 months for your gorgeous new fence. Book your appointment online today. Go to fenceoutlet.com. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Do you know something that may threaten your safety or the safety of others?
You have the superpower to make a difference simply by giving a tip.
An anonymous tip to Crime Line.
See it, say it here. Use your superpower.
Crimeline.org.
PD by CSTF.
Wawa and Chips Ahoy are teaming up to bring you handcrafted beverages that'll make your summer adventures epic. Like
going to the beach.
Going to the beach with a delicious and creamy Chips Ahoy milkshake. And
binging season 3 of that show.
Binging season 3 of that show with a tasty Chips Ahoy smoothie. Whatever you're doing this summer, make it epic. Chips Ahoy milkshakes, smoothies, and sundaes are here. Crafted to crave at Wawa. Wawa has the drinks you need to stay quenched, refreshed, and happy. Cool off with iced teas, lemonades, energy drinks, and more. Wawa has the refreshments you need this summer and the snacks to go with them. Stop in today for our $3 summer deal and get any 20-ounce Pepsi or Mountain Dew with any Lay's, Ruffles, or Doritos. Make Wawa your destination for the drinks and snacks you love. Gotta have a Wawa. Limited time offer. See store for details.
We have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO Moving.com.
Introducing Aftershock, a new fiction podcast starring The Walking Dead's Sarah Wayne Callies, David Harbour from Black Widow and Stranger Things, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan. An earthquake has left LA in ruins. This is one woman's journey of survival in the aftermath.
That's her on that shelf down there?
How do we get to her? I can't hold on much longer!
Cassie, hold on!
Listen to Aftershock on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
It gets hot in the summertime, and last year, I'm so glad I found Mills Air because they were able to switch out my old system for a Carrier system, and I saved so much money when it comes to my power bill. It is millsair.com. That's millsair.com. Have them check out your system, millsair.com.
This is your fairy godmother. Please stop asking me for free money orders. Amscot has them, early, late, with more 24-hour locations than ever. Even I can't do that.
Free money orders at Amscot, no purchase fees.
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum Mobile. You could save hundreds of dollars on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator today, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save by switching. Visit spectrummobile.com/save. Spectrum Internet required. Savings may vary. Restrictions apply. Visit spectrummobile.com/save for details.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Radio 1041. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on Facebook.
I'm only happy when it rains.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1. Hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday, especially for those students going back to their first day of school. Listen, we're getting ready to play a little trivia, but we do have 2 lines open. So if you'd like to join the game, please give us a call, 407-916-1041. That's to play trivia while we wait for you to call. Jack, real quick, if you have your choice for What'd You Do That's New for next Tuesday.
Absolutely. So here's the deal. We kind of been pushing the envelope on the length of these things. They're supposed to be an hour or less. Yours was 90 minutes. My last pick, Ross had Inside by Bo Burnham. That's an hour and a half.
Yep.
My last pick was Summer of Soul. That was almost 2 hours. So
worth it.
I think so. I think all of them, were actually, it was fun to watch. I enjoyed all of them.
Summer of Soul, by the way, worth staying past the credits for that little Easter egg you may have.
So what I'm going to do is kind of give you guys a week off, and this is under 7 minutes long.
Whoa.
It's a YouTube video.
Jack Bradshaw.
How about that, right?
That is pretty awesome.
I think so. And let me get the title correct because it's... I'm not going to explain it. I'm just going to tell you how to get to it. It's called Make Your Own Oval Shaker Box. It's a YouTube video. It's less than 7 minutes long. It's called Make Your Own Oval Shaker Box.
What the hell?
I'll explain more next week when we do What'd You Do That's New.
Oh, you really hate Jimmy.
No, it's 7 minutes long.
It's how to make your own oval shaker box. I don't even know what that is.
You have to make something. Jim's out.
Yeah. Anyway, if you want, you go to JimColbertLive.com.
It's the easiest place to get it.
Our What'd You Do That's New master list is posted. Under my name at the very bottom of the list is the most recent one. It's Make Your Own Oval Shaker Box, and there's a YouTube link, and you can watch it there. And it's 6 minutes, 21 seconds, and that's what we'll review next Tuesday.
Well, I am looking forward to it. Are our lines all full up?
Oh, you know it.
All right, well then first, let's take a look and see what's in that sauce jar.
Welcome back to the Sauce Jar. Well, this is your host for the Sauce Jar, Mr. Sauce Paget. I have a beautiful pair of tickets. The audience member goes wild.
Wow.
You have won a pair of tickets to see the Orlando Pride versus the Portland Thorns. This is going down this Saturday, August 14th at the greatest soccer-specific stadium in the great United States of America, Exploria Stadium. Of course, kickoff is at 7 p.m. Also in the Sauce Jar, you know it, you love it. The summer stuff keeps on chugging along, boys and girls. That's right. If you win trivia, you are going to have your name and your phone number put on a list. And I'm not talking like an Edward Snowden list. I'm talking like a good
list.
Radio prize giveaway list.
Yeah.
Because on that list, we're going to choose 3 random people the first day after Labor Day, and we are going to give them some of the best prizes we've ever given away. I'm talking about a 70-inch television. I'm talking about a MacBook Pro.
Come on.
I'm talking about a PlayStation 5 bundle.
What?
Those are harder to find than the kid that you lost this morning. And that is your Sauce Jar.
He's in the backseat.
Which is brought to you by
Oh, my God. Yes, Dad.
Ento Family Moving and Storage.
Yeah.
Go local with your move. It can be residential or commercial. And if you mention the Jim Colbert Show, you'll get a discount. So book them today at CentoMoving.com. That's CENTO Moving.com. Ross, who goes first today?
Let's welcome Rebecca on line 1.
Hey, it's biblical. Rebecca, how you doing?
How are you?
Good.
Good.
You want to play a little game with us, Rebecca?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Want to play a game?
Okay, well, in honor of the Canadian company that wants to put a selfie stick on a satellite in space because we just don't have enough ads everywhere, let's celebrate a little Canada at the moment.
Yay, Canada!
You ready to do that, Rebecca?
All right.
All right, listen
Okay.
closely. On July 1st, 1867, Canada Day was first commemorated. So here are 3 fun facts about Canada. And one hoser of a lie, don't you know?
Take off, you hoser.
Take off, you hoser. Number 1, Canada boasts the oldest brewery in North America. Number 2, they rank 8th worldwide in potato production. Number 3, it's actually illegal to have a comic book that shows anything to do with crimes, Or lastly, number 4, its maple syrup industry accounts for approximately 75% of the world's production. Which is the lie?
Number 3.
Number 3 is correct. It is actually illegal to have a comic book that shows anything to do with crimes. Thank you, Rebecca. Who's next? I know it's so damn confusing. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's funny when you say correct. It's like, is she correct that
Or
she picked the right one, or is the answer correct? So I think you should just go with you lose or you win.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to call him a loser,
Yeah.
Deb.
There we go.
It'll be it may hurt their feelings, but it's going to be a hell of a lot easier for us to understand what you're doing.
Okay.
Far entertaining. So if this next
Absolutely.
person
I can't
doesn't
wait.
get it right, you have to call them a big, stupid, fat loser.
Oh.
Okay, you can drop the stupid
Okay, thank you.
and the fat.
Okay, thank
I'll
you.
throw it in there.
But,
Okay.
but definitely go with loser.
All right, your next contestant looks like a crackhead version of me. Let's welcome Ellen on line 3.
Ellen.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, Ellen, Deb's going to call
Ellen.
you a loser if you get
No,
this wrong.
But Ellen, you have just as much of an opportunity to get it right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Here are your 3 remaining choices. Find the lie, Ellen. Number 1, Canada boasts the oldest brewery in North America. 2, they rank 8th worldwide in potato production. And lastly, its maple syrup industry accounts for approximately 75% of the world's production.
Number 1 is the lie.
You're a loser, Ellen.
Oh, what a stupid loser.
Bye,
Shut
loser.
up.
Oh, she's not stupid. Shame on you, Ross. You went too far.
Ross.
I can't.
Too far, Ross.
Yeah, how are
Too
you
far,
switching
Ross.
sides? This was our thing.
Canada's the oldest brewery in North America. Who's next, Ron?
I like how we're talking about Canada, who's stereotypically nice.
So nice.
And Deb and
can't-
Ross are calling people losers.
I am not. I am from
You
the
just
Midwest.
called Ellen a loser.
It
Yeah,
hurts.
like, and I don't even think. I think she might have gotten it correct, but you were just generally speaking about her life.
Who's next, Ross?
Let's welcome Danny on line 4.
Danny,
Danny, let's see if you're a loser.
God, I hate these guys.
Oh, I already know I'm a loser.
Oh,
No,
I love that
you're
self-awareness.
not.
I don't
Listen
like
to me,
that.
Danny.
That's gonna hurt.
Now it's gonna hurt. Exactly.
Oh, he's setting himself up. You know he's going to get it
yeah,
right.
Yeah, he was just laughing. All right, Danny, you do have a 50-50 chance, so there's just as much of a chance that, Ross and Jack could be the losers. Here are your choices. Number 1, they rank 8th worldwide in potato production. Or 2, its maple syrup industry accounts for approximately 75% of the world's production. Please get this right.
Oh, God. I'm going to go with the potatoes.
Yay!
Is he right?
You're a winner.
Yes.
Awesome.
Hang on, Danny.
Yeah.
Ross will get your
Great.
information.
Oh, wait a second. Ross, who was the last caller?
Ellen?
That was Danny
On 2?
and
Who's
then
on
there's
2?
Mike on 2.
Mike, you're a loser by default.
Mike, how does that make you feel? You want to talk about it?
What's up?
He's just drunk. Sounds like he's in a car.
That's Have a safe trip home, Mike.
What's that? I'm going 75.
Here's a couple of other facts about Canada you may not know. 18% of the population is bilingual in English and French. They're known as francophones.
All right, that's fun.
It's one of the world's most multicultural and ethnically diverse nations. So they might get a lot of flack for being super nice and like super clean.
I like it. They get flack for being nice.
They do. People always come down on Canadians for
what-
being nice.
No. I think that's a compliment.
Oh, yeah? It always sounds like a compliment coming out of your mouth.
This is my favorite trivia we've ever done.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, Jack.
Yeah, Jack.
What-
you made
what's-
me call Ellen a loser.
What? Yeah, and you did it. Shame on you.
We could all get a little more Canada on this segment. So I just want to say,
You really want to come down with that niceness, bud?
He'll get you if you do. Speaking of that, Ross, what do you have coming up for thoughts, man?
guys,
I have to go use the women's bathroom on the 3rd floor, so let's...
Same.
this might get a little weird here, but I've always wanted to ask you guys this. It's a World War II question. I think
Oh.
historians have debated this for, centuries. I'm joking because World War II happened in the 40s, 39 to 45, so not centuries. But let's just get to the bottom of it. Decades? That's still a long time.
It is.
And I will tell you that question right after the break.
Oh, intriguing.
The radio station that other radio stations listen to. You're welcome. Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center. Car crash? Call Clausman Law.
Westbound travel on I-4 still stop and go between World Drive and 429. We're seeing delays too between Princeton Street and Colonial Drive. Eastbound a steady ride between Princeton Street and Lee Road, and also between Conroy Road and OBT. Northbound travel on 429 slow too between Colonial Drive and Plant Street. The 408 and Beach line up to speed. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Nasoya Organic Vegan Dumplings.
Crispy golden and packed with delicious Asian flavors. Try Nasoya Organic Vegan Dumplings today. Nasoya dumplings are fresh, never frozen, with nothing artificial and USDA organic. Great for a meal or snack time and ready in 5 minutes. Find Nasoya Organic Vegan Dumplings in the refrigerated section at your local Walmart.
Don't think for 1 second when you get that do-it-yourself camera system that you are beating the system. You are not beating the system. The system is now beating you and taking advantage of you. A lot of people did this very thing, and next thing you know, they have, a recall, or maybe that thing's even trying to start their house on fire. You got to be careful and get the right equipment and the right people to install it. Of course, I'm talking about SafeTouch Security, because this is all they do. No do-it-yourself alarm, no do-it-yourself camera system is going to keep your house safe. It doesn't have the two-way communicator, a direct connection to the command center to make sure you get the immediate attention you need. That's what SafeTouch does. Nobody is even close to being faster, because you get backed up with a guaranteed response and a lifetime parts and labor warranty. Free system starting as low as $29.95 per month. And I'll tell you something else. They have a 24/7 advanced surveillance package as well. Again, starting at only $29.95 a month. These guys are serious about your safety. Hop on board today and check them out at safetouch.com. Call them 888-723-8682. Again, it's safetouch.com. State license EF233.
You've heard of a pro tip. Here's a mo tip. After an accident, the insurance company may make you a quick offer to go away. They may also be offering you pennies on the dollar. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Legacy Box is such a great way to digitally preserve home movies, 8mm film, and video from your past. They did this for me, and I swear to goodness, it was so amazing to see all these 8mm film that we had from like the late 60s, early 70s. It was me and my sister for our first and second Christmas. We took a trip with mom and dad to a six-gun territory, and all this was saved on 8mm film. But 8mm film, you know what it does? It starts to diminish after some time. Legacy Box can save all that and put it on a cloud, and put it on the thumb drive or on a DVD, and you save all of this forever. It's a great way to preserve memories that you never want to forget. If you try this now for your first time, you're going to get 50% off. That's right. For your first time, you'll get 50% off. All you got to do is type in legacybox.com/monster. No S, right? It's legacybox.com/monster, and you're going to be able to get this great, great offer. It's 50% off the first time you try it, and I'm telling you, it made the world of a difference for me and my family. It's legacybox.com/monster.
Searching for things these days can be confusing. Searching for the right lawyer doesn't need to be. I'm Steve Kramer, and our firm is committed to helping you with any legal issue. Kramer Law, one firm for life. Offices, Altamont Springs. onefirmforlife.com.
At 7-Eleven, there's over 3,000 ways to brew your very own cup of hot or iced coffee. And with 7 Rewards, you can get any size coffee for $1. If you want to try something new every day, it'll only take 8 years. 7-Eleven, take it to 11. Expires 8/24/21. $1 plus tax where applicable at select stores. See app for terms.
Off Lease Only knows shoppers are looking for a nearly new car that fits their budget and lifestyle. I know I am. I've purchased 2 cars from Off Lease Only, and by the end of this year, that will be 3. Because I know, why spend time and energy haggling when you can shop with Off Lease Only and not only save time, but save thousands below retail on your next car, truck, SUV, or van. At Off Lease Only, you get to leave the stress behind, find peace of mind with no haggling, no negotiating, no pressure, and no hidden fees. Don't pay more. Choose from fresh inventory that's arriving daily. Your trade-in is always wanted at Off Lease Only. It's never been a better time to trade in and trade up. Get pre-qualified online now at offleaseonly.com, where you can also shop online or call 407-222-CARS. Or even take a test drive at their massive state-of-the-art location just off the beach line at Narcoossee and McCoy. Don't wait. Get started today at offleaseonly.com.
Hey everybody, Jay Farner here, CEO of Rocket Mortgage and Rocket Companies. Last year we saw historically low mortgage interest rates. In fact, over 1 million homeowners took advantage of refinancing or buying a new home with Rocket Mortgage. What you may not know is that interest rates are already starting to increase again, and it's likely that trend is only going to continue. Our team of experts is standing by to help you save before rates go up. With an official mortgage review from Rocket Mortgage, you'll see just how much money you could save by making a move right now. Don't look back over these next few weeks and wish that you had taken action. You could save hundreds on your mortgage payments or pay off your home loan earlier than planned. You could even take cash out of your home to pay off high-interest debt, complete home repairs, or bulk up on an emergency fund. When you want to secure a low rate, Rocket can. Call 833-8-ROCKET or visit rocketmortgage.com. Rocket.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender licensed in all 50 states and MLSConsumerAccess.org number 3030.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
Injured, our America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the personal injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studio. Car accidents, other injuries, call pound 546 from your cell or visit whenyouneedus.com. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now number 1 for podcasting. We are an iHeart radio station. We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1. Hope you are having a fantastic Tuesday. Jim, unfortunately, had to leave the show early today, dealing with some more of his mom's health issues moving forward. So in his place, though, you've got Deb and you've got Jack.
And that's why trivia might have sounded familiar with you, because we recycled something from a couple months ago. Thanks, Brad.
Thank you, Brad. Thank you, Brad. We don't care if you recognize. We were just happy we had something to talk about.
Yeah, and Deb got to call a bunch of people loser.
Hey, Speaking of which, Ellen just texted us.
Yeah, she did.
And she said she knew the Francophone question, so she's not a loser.
She's not. She's a very smart listener, and you should be ashamed of yourself, Deborah Roberts.
I texted her back and said, Jack is a dick.
See, I just texted her a compliment. I guess I'm being too nice again.
Yeah, I like how Deb is from the Midwest, so this is killing her.
Yeah, this is so mean.
We're going to make you mean.
Yeah.
Wait, no. We're just going to reveal the mean that's inside her.
Oh, you don't want that to come out.
Oh, see, it's there. I knew it.
I am half Polish and half Colombian. I am all mean with a little bit of crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, not going to make any obvious
you're
jokes
kind of
there.
scared now, right?
Let's do some Ross thoughts.
Yeah.
It's weird.
All right,
gonna
guys.
hurt you.
It's funny. Sometimes. It's Ross. Spelled like sauce.
You guys know
It's Ross Thoughts.
who Martin Gilbert is? He's a World War II historian.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, okay, we're getting our knowledge on, are we, Mr. Ross Pageant?
I'll go with that.
Martin Gilbert has nothing to do with the perpetual question that humanity has asked themselves: if you would kill baby Hitler. You have a time machine. Bloop, 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 bloop. You hop in. The blades start going. It's one of those time machines.
Okay.
It's
like H.G. Wells kind of deal.
Yeah, one of those. It's got blades. And you start revving up that thing, that sucker, and you go right back to like 19, I don't know, I think it probably was like 1892. And then you're looking at baby Hitler. Do you kill baby Hitler? You know the future of this baby. Are you wrecking that baby or no?
How do you know it's baby Hitler? Does he have the mustache?
He has a tiny mustache.
He's born April 20th, 1889.
Okay, so I wasn't that far. What's up?
No, but, you know,
Well,
at that little 6-year gap or 7-year gap, Jack killed a whole lot of wrong Hitlers.
Yeah, so Well, yeah. You look at you. You're a baby killer.
Yeah,
Well, I
Jack.
haven't done anything yet.
You're looking for
way
a baby
mean.
with a mustache, dude. What a ridiculous question.
That's a loser.
But let's go back to the original question. Would you kill baby Hitler? Jack, I think you're an obvious yes.
Oh, yeah.
Deb, let's yeah, you're killing baby Hitler.
Yeah.
All right, follow-up question. How are you going to kill it? Deb, on you. How are you killing baby Hitler?
Smothering.
It seemed like a loving answer.
But it's the least painful.
Oh, yeah, but you kind of want baby Hitler to feel a little bit, right?
No, because the baby, he hasn't done it yet.
But he
Technically,
will.
he's innocent.
He's
You're killing an innocent baby.
Yeah.
I don't think we're killing an innocent baby if we're killing baby Hitler.
It's future crimes.
I'm not even sure I want to be on camera during this. I think I want to dip out. Whoa.
Stay. And look at me when you say smother. That you would smother baby Hitler. How did you give us a cute answer? How did you say
smother?
Smother.
And mushrooms and onions.
Smother it with like a little pillow, maybe with another baby.
Oh, shit. Now you're taking out two babies.
No, you're not killing two babies if you smother baby Hitler with another baby.
You use the belly
Like baby
of the
Goebbels?
You use the belly of the good baby
Baby
to cover
Goebbels.
the face of the bad baby.
Yeah. Look at that. And now your hands
See?
are clean.
I'm not so Midwest after all.
Yeah, you would still. It's an age-old question of whether or not you would kill a baby Hitler, and I enjoyed Deb's answer of a cute smother. Yeah.
Smother it.
Just like your hash browns, just smothered. Smothered, capped, topped, and slapped. I'll never understand Waffle House.
But I love saying it.
It's so good. I think I only
I'll have
order
them
hash browns.
Diced, cubed, and covered.
Dice cubed, soaked, floated, roped, and banged. I just want hash browns, lady. Jack, how you killing this baby Hitler? My guy. My guy. How you wrecking this baby?
Have you ever seen those animal traps? For like
animal traps?
Yeah.
Damn, like a bear trap?
No, not that big, but like a raccoon. and so it's like, I don't know, about 8 inches high, and it's like a rectangle, and they go in to get the food, but once you go in, the door flops down.
Right.
Okay.
You stuff them in there. You fill up a barrel with water, and then you put the whole thing in.
Damn.
Right?
See, everyone talks about this isn't a yes or no question because everyone always like, would you kill baby Hitler? And everyone's like, yeah, next question. That's easy. My whole thing is, how'd you do it? What lengths would you go to kill baby Hitler? Because that's gonna be a thing. You got to think that out. Jack just hit him with a raccoon trap. Deb's hitting baby Hitler with another baby, which I kind of respect.
Thank you.
You're keeping a person in between.
Just think about it. They were wrestling.
Yeah.
They were one rolled over on the other.
Oh, now you want to make it look like an accident.
Yes, she has an alibi all of a
Think
sudden.
about it. You're killing an infant before he's done anything, and you may have the ability to know what the future holds, but you still got to be able to cover your ass before any of that happens.
Yeah, you can't prove it.
You can't prove it.
Yeah, so you got to
put him in a raccoon trap, man. You got all kinds of stuff you got to explain.
No kidding, but also, yeah.
See, I'm thinking
You're not
this
wrong. You're not
out,
wrong.
Jack. I'm thinking this out.
Yeah, that's more disturbing than his question.
Yeah, I like how Deb's like pictured out the investigation.
Hey, that's how murderers.
That's how she wants. This is why she watches these crime shows.
Because they always make the mistake of not planning what to do after the murder.
Yeah,
you gotta have plan for after the murder.
I like how Deb's hitting an officer. I think the baby just fell on top of this other baby with the tiny apostrophe of a mustache. This little lip comma. I'm wrecking baby Hitler. I'm Gronkowskiing that baby. Like I scored 6 points in the NFL. Whoop-ah! I'm wrecking that. I think that's how I'm gonna E Schneiderlin, E Flurgen. E Flurgen, Mergen, Nergen. God, Jim would be so proud of this segment right now.
I don't know. Someone just texted and said, why not allow him to be a happy baby and go shoot him in the face when he's 25?
I said that's too much. I don't want to leave any chance because then I might lose the fight. I don't want to have baby Hitler, grow up and be all walking up on his hind legs and stuff.
Hind legs.
I don't want baby Hitler to learn how to walk.
Rearing up on its hind legs.
All right, follow-up question.
Hit him with Jack's raccoon trap.
Follow-up question here, guys.
Okay.
You go into the crib, into the nursery, and you go ahead. You smother baby Hitler with another baby. Fighting fire with that one, Deb. I respect that.
Thank you.
Jack, it's baby Hitler
with a coon trap.
With a raccoon trap.
It's how they do it in the South.
and then drowns him in a barrel.
I'm straight yeeting that baby. Blue 42. Hi. Well, bang. Hail Mary. Cornered.
Funny that you should pick a Hail Mary.
Yeah, right? And then the nurse walks up to you and goes, that wasn't baby Hitler. Baby Hitler's over there. Do you trust the nurse or do you go for round 2?
No, you just kill the nurse.
You kill the nurse.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how we do it in South Germany.
Big eye, boy. I'm from South Germany.
Wrecking baby Hitlers left and right.
There's only one baby Hitler.
Yeah, but
that's why I asked you if it had the mustache.
Yeah.
Hypothetically.
Yeah, but if the nurse was like, uh-oh, that wasn't baby Hitler, or you're like, all right, I'm done. I can't, I'm out, or do you keep going? Because I think I keep going. I think I go ahead, I'm like, well, then where's baby Hitler? And the nurse is like, that's baby Hitler. I'd be like, whew, I apologize for the first one, but we gotta get the job done.
Now, but did the first one change the space-time continuum where Hitler doesn't become Hitler?
Because
time travel is tough,
It's
buddy.
very tough. And for everything that you change, think that you're doing something good, you're setting into place irrevocable changes that could be even worse than a Hitler.
I've messed it up so many times. I mean,
hypothetically.
You guys should have seen yourselves in other worlds.
What lengths would you go to get to baby Hitler and wreck baby Hitler? I would invade Poland to get to baby Hitler. Think about that.
I'm just wondering why you have thought about that.
I would cause.
Yeah, didn't you give up weed?
I would cause. I would cause a world war to get to baby Hitler. Think about that.
I'm so confused.
I know. I am. Okay, thank you.
I'm getting to baby Hitler. This was fun. I think we all learned about ourselves.
I think the audience is most disturbed by Deb's after-murder plans.
Yeah. Officer, you have to understand, I think the baby fell on top of another baby.
The post-murder thought she put into it.
Yeah. This is a simple yes or no. And she's like, no, you have to dust up your trails.
Well, that's why you never use bleach. It never does the job.
All right. Those are your Ross thoughts. I'm out. Peace.
It's got to be hydrochloric acid.
All right.
It's got to be able to break up the protein.
We got to love and get Deb out of this topic because she is terrifying all of us. Yeah, no, those are your thoughts. I'm out. Peace. Oh, yeah.
I got some other tips. Let's talk.
Okay.
We'll do more of that right after this. Run the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7. It's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and SecuredRoofingAndRestoration.com. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Mikey, and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, shop the rest. Buy from the best. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
We're still looking at a stop-and-go ride heading west on I-4 between World Drive and 429. It's also slow between Princeton Street and Colonial Drive. Eastbound steady, too, between Conroy Road and OBT, and also between Princeton Street and Lee Road. We're looking good right now on the Beach Line. No reported problems on the 408. 417 looks good, as well as a turnpike. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples Connect has amazing prices for your back-to-school list. Like Crayola 12-count colored pencils and 10+2 marker bonus packs are just 97 cents each. Offer ends 9/18/21, limit 30. Be more than ready for school. Visit your local Staples store at staples.com/back-to-school. Staples.
Need to turn your home equity into cash? This is Robert Palmer, and home values are at an all-time high. Smart homeowners are accessing home equity at today's low rates, but don't use your home equity to pay closing costs. Let me pay them instead. Visit rpfunding.com for details. NMLS 70168, Equal Housing.
When it comes to power, trust the source. SolarSource.com.
Made in Florida by Floridians. Get the best quality and price on your new tongue and groove vinyl privacy fence at Fence Outlet today. Go to fenceoutlet.com and set up your free appointment for an estimate now. That's fenceoutlet.com.
License number C-10252 and C-10873.
Is an AmScot cash advance right for you? Compare for yourself. Often, it can be less than the late fee on an overdue bill. With AmScot, you could get up to $500 on the spot with no credit check. AmScot. Some restrictions apply.
This is current world record holding attorney Jeff Kaufman for Kaufman Lynn. Here are the three main factors to every accident case. Who's at fault, what are your damages, and how much insurance is available. Kaufman Lynn, it's your money. Contact us at whenyouneedus.com or on your cell at pound 546. Main office, Orlando.
If you live in Florida, you know what it's like to be left in the dark. It doesn't take a hurricane to knock your power out. Everyday thunderstorms can. It's time to flip the switch, literally. Complete Power Resources is your answer with a complete line of residential standby generators to keep your home running when the weather gets rough. And these are brands you can trust. Briggs & Stratton, Kohler, Generac, and Cummins, all installed by skilled techs that are licensed, bonded, insured, and background checked. Complete Power Resources is CPR for your home's power needs. Learn more today at CompletePowerResources.com.
With RP Funding's digital mortgage, you can refinance your home loan to today's low rates from the comfort of your own home. Get started today and let me pay your closing costs. Lock in your low rate before it's too late. Visit rpfunding.com. NMLS 70168, Equal Housing Lender.
When choosing a health plan, everything's important. Like knowing that when I go to my doctor visits, whether primary or specialist, I don't have a copay. That's peace of mind. Solis Health Plans gives me that. Also, knowing that with Solis, I have the benefit of obtaining up to $1,200 per year in OTC products. That's a relief. Yes, with Solis Health Plans, you get up to $1,200 a year in OTC products. Brand name products. Real quality. Solis also has the benefits you're looking for. Transportation to doctor visits, hearing, vision, dental, and much more. Like mental health programs to address the indirect effects of COVID-19. It's time for you to become a member so that you can have the peace of mind of knowing that with Solis, you're with a health plan that truly responds because they're local. Call now and join a local health plan that makes a difference at 1-833-33-SOLIS. 1-833-33-SOLIS. Solis Health Plans. Amazing healthcare just around the corner.
When life-changing events happen, it helps to have an attorney on your side. At those moments, Kramer Law is here to help take the burden off your shoulders. If you've been injured in an auto, truck, or motorcycle accident, Kramer Law is here to take care of you every step of the way. We charge you nothing unless we recover money for you. No matter what the legal issue, we're here to go to bat for you. Kramer Law. OneFirmForLife.com. Offices Altamont Springs.
Wawa and Chips Ahoy are teaming up to bring you handcrafted beverages that'll make your summer adventures epic. Like
going to the beach.
Going to the beach with a delicious and creamy Chips Ahoy milkshake. And
binging season 3 of that show.
Binging season 3 of that show with a tasty Chips Ahoy smoothie. Whatever you're doing this summer, make it epic. Chips Ahoy milkshakes, smoothies, and sundaes are here. Crafted to crave at Wawa. For dinner made fresh, delicious, and just for you, Wawa's got you covered with fresh baked pasta and delicious burgers every day starting at 4 p.m. Choose pasta options like penne and meatballs, fettuccine alfredo, or create your own pasta bowl. Or enjoy the burger you crave, made with your choice of cheese and toppings on a brioche bun. Even better with a side of fries. There's a dinner option for every craving, every day starting at 4 p.m. Enjoy dinner your way at Wawa.
Does your AC need attention? Visit millsair.com now. Since 1992, millsair.com.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1. Happy Tuesday. Hope it was a first day of school. Hope it was a great first day of school. So many students, so many happy parents, right, Jack?
Oh, hell yeah. The I did get one text from my daughter. She's like, Dad, can you send me the email with the class change form on it? So I know she already wants to make a change.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What grade is she in now?
Senior year. This is our last time through.
This is the baby.
This is my last year of high school. I've been through it 4 times now. My time, and then with each child. So this is my last year of that K through 12.
How are you feeling?
I almost cursed.
Oh my God! You walking margarita.
I feel great.
Wait, you considered your time? You said your time? What do you?
Yeah.
That doesn't really count.
Oh yeah. Have you helped your kids with any high school math yet, Ross?
I see why you would go back to your own time in high. That's actually a fear of mine because you really do tend to kind of forget, and you don't take regular math classes as an adult. So when your kid comes to you with junior level math that you haven't been looking at in 30 years,
each time I had to refamiliarize myself with it and read the lesson and learn it, stuff I didn't do the first time around. I was just like getting through. I wouldn't like read the chapter. I just like look at the example and kind of figure it out and then go along. But now with the kids, I had to learn it because then I was explaining it to them.
Speaking of kids, I want to thank all of the texters who reached out to us at 77031, especially like Lee, who said it's not Ross thoughts that worry me now, it's Deb's thoughts.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah,
you're
went
nuts.
You went hard.
Deb,
you're a freak.
You and I could definitely hide a body and get away with it. ID addict here. Yeah, I am a freak. Yo, Deb is scaring the S out of me with her after-murder knowledge. People, you've got to be consistent. You got to know your steps from A to B.
You're more of an A to L though step. You know a lot of steps.
Yeah. Well, listen. Combine her almost photographic memory with the amount of murder shows she watches.
Deadly Women's my favorite.
What do you think you're getting out of that? What's the byproduct of that?
Yeah.
A lot of knowledge on murders.
If it weren't for my Midwestern nature.
Yeah, you hit us really with the bookends, because you're from Wisconsin, and it's really, it was hard for you to call that one trivia loser.
Because she keeps texting us at 77031, hashtag not a loser. You guys started a horrible thing.
Yeah, but you called her a loser. We weren't serious.
Yeah, we were just trying to help you out.
These are the listeners. We love them.
Because when the person got it wrong and you went, that's correct.
Yeah,
I know.
All right, well, we got to clear this up. Yeah. You got to start calling people losers.
Just today.
I don't know.
Just today. I
think it's a new thing.
Yeah.
I think it really ought to be every day.
I know the new thing is, at least for me, is Deb and I, Jack, and we're all friends here. So Deb feels very comfortable being a little bit mean towards us, and of course in a joking, loving way. But you're down to go ahead and look at me in the eyes and go, I'll stab you.
Right.
There's no problem for that. But when a listener calls up, it's you start the Wisconsin peeks out, the Colombian goes back into the shadows.
Exactly. And people always, they don't, a lot of people don't know if they can trust that Midwestern niceness. It's so weird to me to have people be like, yeah, you're really nice. What's wrong with you?
Well, it's just it's bizarre for a lot of people because a lot of times, I guess in a weird way, niceness isn't the most authentic thing. It's almost oh my God, what is the word? Yeah, I'm not gonna remember it. No, it's not fake. It's just really it's
disingenuous.
At times it can be in the sense of we just met. I don't know who you are, and you're over here like, do you want a foot rub? And it's like, I know. Why? Instead, when niceness gets hit with the response of why, is when I think some people can get a little pessimistic about someone's niceness.
I guess. So in other words, I'm never going to ask you to go to EDM with me.
Yeah, no, I will EDM, EDC, DUI with you. Let's party. I'm down.
Don't drive.
No, we could Uber.
Okay. Yeah, Debbie, we were talking about school. It was also first day of school for Orange County, and just like Seminole County, they put out these requests. They said, listen, we're going to have a mask mandate, but per the governor's order, parents can opt out. So in Orange County, the Orlando Sentinel is reporting just 4% of parents of students decided to opt out of the mask policy.
And I was really interested in seeing one of the local newscasts that interviewed some parents who are, taking their kids into their first day of school, who said, listen, we let this be our children's choice, and they chose to mask up.
Yeah.
So I was really surprised that of the amount of children who were given the choice, they chose to mask up inside. And it's interesting, the story of the governor threatening the salaries of school superintendents and school board members has actually been joined by his education commissioner. Richard Corcoran has just come out today and said that that is a viable option. I don't know legally how much that's a viable option, but they're not backing down on that threat. And interestingly enough, that story is no longer a Florida story. They're really kind of talking about it nationally, because there's no other governor in the country who's threatened the salaries of school officials and school board members.
Of people trying to keep our kids safe.
Yeah. and even Jimmy had said yesterday, and even today off the air, he was like, yeah, this is just... And this is not a good decision. And Chris and I were talking about it at home this morning. And I said, for a Floridian, the most distressing part is seeing a governor make a choice that may or may not benefit him 3 years down the road.
Yeah.
When right now, in this very moment, you have teachers that are just trying to protect everybody. And the cases with kids, it's not like the first go around with COVID. It's different this time with the Delta variant. I think it's 15% of all cases nationwide are pediatric cases.
Yeah, they're saying it's more and more, and the scenes inside the hospitals are just
scary.
Scary, yeah, it is scary, yeah. And for the people who have to work that's a high stress environment, and they're not getting breaks from that. And so you talk about, we were talking about the first responders with the
bonuses,
the condo collapse and stuff down in Surfside, and it's when you are at that high level of stress for an extended period of time, our military goes through it.
Yes.
You get that PTSD, and it's you don't want our healthcare workers operating in a high level of stress routinely on a regular basis without end. There's burnout there.
There is burnout, and something that I don't think we're necessarily aware of is how much recruiting is being done of our nursing staff by people out of state. So not only are we fighting the fatigue and the burnout of our healthcare professionals who've been asked to be on these front lines for 18, 20, 22 months now, but you have other states that are saying, hey, we'll pay you a lot more money, if you come and work at the hospital here.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Like a free agency or something?
Well, I mean, they're sought after. Staffing shortage is something that you may be hearing a lot more when it comes to this COVID outbreak, because like Jack just said, we're really asking a lot of these doctors and nurses to keep pulling these 14, 16, 18-hour shifts and seeing younger people die. There was a 39-year-old father of 5 who was looking at his young son through the hospital, through the ICU window, and they asked him, why didn't you get vaccinated? And he said, well, we're a strong conservative family, and
that makes no sense.
I know, but he said, but looking through that window and looking at that little boy's face, and I'm thinking, but you're in an ICU on a ventilator. You're 39 years old.
Yeah.
What? That's not worth the chance, is it?
Because you believe in smaller government and with reduced government spending, what do your politics have to do with your healthcare decisions?
That's the shame of it. The virus has no politics.
It doesn't, but some of our leaders decided, they can use this for their personal gain. Did you see what you did to Ellen?
Jack?
Did we just learn that Ellen is a Brevard County teacher driving home from school?
How could you do this to me?
Well, Deb, what you did to Ellen, who played our game today, Ellen seems to think you did it to her, and so do Ross and I.
I did not call you a loser.
You did.
I did not.
Ellen's a teacher driving home from a first day of school in Brevard County, where there's no mask mandate, by the way, and Deb calls her a loser on top of that. Ellen, the boys of the Jim Colbert Show appreciate you, Ellen. Sorry about Deb.
Yeah. Did you see any of the, feel like Deb would be the perfect serial killer text? there, Jack? Did you
Oh,
see
I
that?
did not see that one.
Yeah, because she knows how to hide the bodies, but is too nice to call someone a loser. See, I'm the ones you have to watch out for.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so.
Yeah,
Ellen,
they're
you
picking
are
up on
not a
the signs.
loser, but thank you so much for being a teacher. We appreciate that. Ross, you said we've got someone on hold?
Yeah, I believe her name is Lee, and she runs a medical office out in Lake County.
Okay. Hi, Lee. Welcome to the Jim Colbert Show.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fat and sassy. How are you?
Not fat,
I'm
skinny,
doing
and
great.
like mildly upset.
Either way works.
Yeah, I like it. I'll take
yeah.
it.
No, I'm just absolutely baffled. We had a school board meeting last night for Lake County, and they basically outright said that they just want the kids to hurry up and get COVID so we can just get it over with.
Whoa.
So I run a practice, and it may or may not be for smaller children, and and it's really quite amazing. I mean, we just are constantly running rapid tests. It really is something. But they literally announced it last night. There will be no mask mandate. They will not make anybody wear masks. They will not do anything. I am a close friend of a school board member who cannot fight it no matter what she does, and that's it.
And
They
Lee, what do
basically
you?
decided-
And I don't know if it was kind of in jest, but what do you think is behind that decision? Do you really believe that if they get it, then we can move on and not deal with it? And with the survival rate as high as it is in children, that this is just something that kind of like chicken pox. Yeah, let's get it over with and then move on.
I truly believe that they feel that it's just an inconvenience and they need to get it over with and move on. But there's also been so many people that have been personally known to our patients or to other people that have been dying. So why wait? Why wait? I mean, why keep doing this? You know, even the first 9 weeks, if we could just do some masks, that would be great, because they are just about to approve the Pfizer for younger than 12. I mean, so it'll be like 5 and above. So why not wait 9 weeks and use some masks and have some common sense? But they basically said last night that they don't care. They want it done and over with.
Well, you know, this is what Charles Darwin discovered when he talked about natural selection, and it sounds harsh.
Yeah,
but it's true.
But it's not, and that's the challenge that we face. And Lee, thank you so much.
Yeah,
for the
thank
call.
you, Lee, and thank you for
But because fine, you want to choose not to get vaccinated, fine. You want to choose not to wear a mask, but that's your right. But where do your rights end and my rights begin? Because if in class, if you are sitting 3 feet from me, don't I have a right not to breathe your COVID breath? You know, so where do your rights end and my rights begin?
And
dude, that's a bumper sticker.
But it is true because
actually, literally, I believe it is a bumper sticker.
Someone
That's where I get all my best stuff.
that we work with that was affected by COVID. That's how it came to be into their life. It was because someone who's
a child,
unvaccinated, unmasked. I believe it's an adult who just knew they were symptomatic, didn't bother to say anything, come over, interact with everybody, and get the entire household sick. Now there's missed time off work. There's other complications. I mean, Jimmy talked about it himself. His mother has it. His sister has it. 2 uncles have it. 1 uncle just got put in the hospital with double pneumonia. It's just a whole lot of risk for nothing.
The thing is with kids, they still don't know what the long-term effects may be.
Right.
And I don't know the latest percentage on people dealing with long-term, issues, the long haulers, as
yeah.
they call them, and specifically how it relates to the Delta variant and how that has, what long-term effects that may have. But yeah, it's one thing when you choose to behave in a way that you feel is right for you, but it's just so incredibly selfish when you don't think about the people around you. And we talked about, I mentioned it, I believe it was last week, that 40-year cycle. It was a video piece that Jimmy and I watched. It was a corporate video, but they talked about this 40-year cycle, about how, every 40 years it seems to repeat. And like in the 60s, it was outward. You're reaching outward for others with the peace movement and civil rights movement. The 80s was a me generation. It was inward, and that's what we saw in the 80s, consumerism and everything happening in the 80s. So that 40-year cycle means we are entering a me generation, and I don't see anything more me, more selfish than people who will not only not do their part to help others in a pandemic, but also challenge them. The people who challenge others for wearing a mask, the people who fight it. And I think the most devious and insipid of all are officials, including this governor, who use it for their own personal political gain.
Yeah, that's...
Shame on him.
And it's funny because you have a coinciding me pendulum swing where, our actions are more self-centered and selfish with the advent of social media, and you couldn't get further away from doing things for just an altruistic reason, just because you're trying to be a good global citizen.
Yeah.
Jack hit him with the shame on him. That was spicy. That was that Game of Thrones bell shame.
Yeah, and there's plenty of people who,
texting service is already lighting up.
Yeah, if you love the governor, hey, good on you.
I mean, fine.
But
that's fine.
That's your choice.
But just be here to vote for him.
Yeah.
How about that? How about get the vaccine so you make sure you're here to vote for him?
Yeah.
But if not, it's your choice.
Yeah, we're trying to save the stupid people, too.
I mean, just
get vaccinated, wear a mask.
If not, then you're going to own those libtards from 6 feet under. Hey, you guys want to go ahead and do a little last call?
Yes.
But I think you should call Ellen a loser
I
more
am
time.
not doing that.
We love you, Ellen. Sorry about that.
I am not doing that.
Sorry about
Ellen
that,
is
Ellen.
not a loser, and she's a teacher at everything.
Yeah, you gotta really
You can't-
hold our teachers up.
I'm going to show you, Jack, personally, and sometime when you least expect it.
I tell you, I'm not scared of you, but that would be a lie.
That's another good bumper sticker.
Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah.
But we're going to come up with more bumper sticker ideas and read your lovely text messages, which I'm sure are full of nothing but admiration and thanks.
It's about 50-50.
Yeah, exactly.
They
That's-
love you, Jack.
Yeah, side of sarcasm for those who don't get enough of it in their diet. But give us a call. We're doing last call next. It's 407-916-1041. Say something silly, say something that calls back to the show. Make it short, make it sweet, and you could be into our summer of stuff. We'll do that next right here on the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Make us think or make it funny. Just make it good. Get on board now for Last Call. 407-916-1041. Brought to you by Heineken.
This Real Radio 1041 weather report sponsored by Rude Air Conditioning, powered by Ferguson HVAC.
Hello, everybody. Good Tuesday morning. Fox 35 Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King and now Fox 35 Storm Center. Outlook for Central Florida weather-wise today. Increasing clouds, hot and humid. 93. We'll start the day off. A few coastal showers around. Those rain chances spreading inland by late morning into the early afternoon. I've got chance of 40 to 50%. Hit or miss varieties. Scattered showers and storms. Heavy rain and cloud the ground lightning in some of the stronger storms. East winds at 5 to 10. 75 tonight. Partly cloudy. Looks like most of the rain will be west of Orlando before 8 p.m. this evening, then mostly cloudy, quiet with light winds through the overnight. For Fox 35, I'm Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King. Have a good one and keep it at a Fox for the latest.
This report is sponsored by InvisibleFence.com. Invisible Fence brand is here to give pet parents confidence as you return to normal life. Whether you need to protect your pet from jumping the fence or escaping out the door, visit InvisibleFence.com for how-to videos and solutions to help you conquer pet parenting. That's InvisibleFence.com.
There's a big thing you can do with your home or something that makes a big change. It's a big change I made in my home several years ago when I called FAS Windows and Doors. FAS. They're in Winter Park. They have a showroom. It's on Fairbanks right off of I-4, and they have windows and doors. And, before I got new windows and a door from FAS, I didn't think much about my windows. But when I look back, it's like, wow. My home from the 70s had single-pane aluminum frame windows. They were not energy efficient at all. Matter of fact, I had one that wouldn't even open. I had one that wouldn't even close. But that changed the day FAS Windows and Doors. I went to their showroom, saw their product. They came to my home, they measured, and in one day installed new windows. And what a change it's made. A, my home is more energy efficient. B, outside noise stays outside. C, curb appeal, boom, off the charts. And D, I think that's where I am. Yeah, D, how about my home is more secure? And with that is security impact glass. It's kind of like that protective glass, like your car windshield is made out of. It's stronger glass to protect your home and your family. What more can you do? It helps me sleep better at night. See what they can do for you. It's FASWD.com. Great people, great product. A+ rating on the BBB, by the way. It's FASWD.com.
Attorney Joe Cordell. For many men, divorce brings a bewildering sense of loss. You feel adrift, isolated, like you're the only person in the world. But the good news is you're not alone. Cordell & Cordell can help guide you through all aspects of divorce. Let us be there for you. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
At Napa, we keep things moving. If it has wheels and an engine, we help keep it on the road. And if it's on the road, we have parts for it. And if you need a part, you can get it fast, like same-day pickup or next-day delivery fast. At Napa, when we're not thinking about cars, we're thinking about the people who drive them. Because when it comes to serving you and our community, our motor never quits. That's Napa know-how. Same-day pickup and next-day delivery available at participating stores and on in-stock items only.
Get ready. Saving starts with Xfinity. Because when you get Xfinity Internet and mobile together, you can save up to $400 a year on your wireless bill. Enjoy fast, reliable internet at home and nationwide 5G on the go, included at no extra cost. That means you can connect to everything you love, whether you're a next-level gaming aficionado, an online shopping mastermind, or crushing that research project. So go ahead, stream on all your devices or video chat from anywhere and save hundreds while doing it, because saving starts with Xfinity. Get Xfinity Internet for $20 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement. Plus, add Xfinity Mobile and ask how to get an eligible 5G phone on us. And for a limited time, $300 back. Don't miss out. Go to Xfinity.com/start saving. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit a store today. Internet offer ends 9/7/21 and requires paperless billing and autopay. Restrictions apply. New performance starter internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Savings based on optimized pricing. Actual savings may vary.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Yes, I need to replace my old air conditioner.
For AC replacement, please hold the line.
Here we go.
And we're back. So, what do you want now?
Same as before, new air conditioner.
I just need to put you on hold again. Somebody's calling.
I'm calling.
But this might be someone important.
But I need...
We get a lot of calls this time of year. Dreadfully hot, you understand?
Yes, I understand perfectly.
So if you'll just wait a little longer...
You know, this would never happen with Frank Gay.
You didn't call Frank Gay?
Well...
Did you?
Probably should have.
Probably should have. Well, tough luck. So, would you like to go back on hold?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you need AC replacement, you should be the priority. Experienced technicians ready to roll on your schedule and your installation done right. That's the Frank Gay way.
Next time you can call Frank Gay.
That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
When life-changing events happen, it's important to have somebody there to take the burden off of your shoulders. At those moments, Kramer Law is there for you. If you were involved in a divorce or you're having a dispute with your ex, Kramer Law will be there to take care of you every step of the way. Life-changing events happen. Having a lawyer on your side is the smart move. No matter what the legal issue, we're here for you. Kramer Law, one firm for life.com. Office is Altamont Springs.
Need to turn your home equity into cash? This is Robert Palmer, and home values are at an all-time high. Smart homeowners are accessing home equity at today's low rates. But don't use your home equity to pay closing costs. Let me pay them instead. Visit rpfunding.com for details. NMLS 7168, Equal Housing.
You grabbed a nice coffee and muffin this morning. You made it to work exactly on time. You're feeling like a 10, but there's something that comes after 10. 11. Feeling like an 11 looks like grabbing a nice coffee, a slice of pizza, and a trucker hat for breakfast. Because pizza's an anytime meal. And because you're trying to bring trucker hats back. 11 is buying toilet paper and sidewalk chalk. Because they're both things that you absolutely need. And yes, you did all that. Got to work on time, snuck 7 select kettle chips into your first meeting, and shared them with the CEO. That's so 11. 7-Eleven. Take it to 11.
Make the most of your investments. Certified Financial Group. Call pound 250 keyword certified planner.
The good news? You can watch us too. Like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Radio 1041. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch. Yeah. We like it when you watch. At The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1. Thank you, Mr. Bradshaw, for a little Billy Squire.
Little ladies flashback for you?
Oh, no, you know, if you ever go to JimColbertLive.com, love this song. But you put up a video several weeks ago that reminded me what a big mistake that was for Billy Squire. Squirming around on the floor in loose sweatpants.
Yeah, it was
never good.
The video. I think they say the video that killed his career because it was big. I just remembered this was one of the cassettes one of those playlists where we drive around and this is what we were listening to.
Stroke me, come on.
Yeah, but and that video at Jim Colbert Live, you'd have to scroll down a little bit, but it's there. But it's like you watch it and you're like, oh boy, what were you thinking, Billy?
Dude.
In a nutshell, what?
It's funny you should say those words.
His nuts fell out.
No. It's just it's bizarre. He's by himself. He's kind of rolling around on the bed, and it's just it's
not a good look. It's not a masculine look. It's not a sexy look.
No, it doesn't come off as cool.
No,
it's like ugh.
The clothes. It was like loose sweatpants and a sleeveless shirt. It was like that's the kind of stuff you don't post when you're done with it.
You should have hit delete on that one.
Yeah, should have. Yeah, exactly.
I think we've all been there. Whoops. Yikes.
Yeah. Was working at a theme park, actually, when it happened to me. Now, I still was clothed, but happened to be backstage, was at an attraction that doesn't exist anymore. What up? Great movie ride. I did not one, but at least 2 shows with my shirt wide open.
What do you mean by wide open?
Wide open.
Paint this word picture for us. If I close my eyes, I want to be able to imagine this. This is how descriptive I want you to be.
A little weird, but I like it.
So I'm playing Ma Durango.
Oh, ooh.
All right. Love it.
I'm in the bank waiting to do my scene where I come out with my money bags and dynamite because I've just robbed the bank.
Yeah, the money bags.
Luckily, let me tell you what, them money bags, yeah. So I'm doing a shift with all women, which means there's no cowboys back there. It's all girls. Well, there's a gas explosion, a literal gas explosion that goes off.
That's part of the ride.
It's part of the ride.
Yes.
It went off every 12 minutes. Well, it got hotter than hell down there.
Yeah.
So during your shift, you'd come back after doing your Ma Durango thing, and I would unbutton my shirt to cool down, forgetting, and fall asleep till I hear the sound. Oh, no, the bank is being robbed.
That's your
my cue.
Yeah.
Where's my dynamite? Oh, my God, where's my dynamite? Where are my money bags? Where's my gun? Okay, I got my gun. Line up to the saloon doors, back out, turn around. Whew, it's awfully breezy in here. And I look down, and my money bags covered in my bright red lace bra are staring at a vehicle full of tourists.
A bunch of 8-year-olds.
Who, let's just say this was back in the day of video cameras, and all of a sudden, all them video cameras come up, and they just start recording. I'm in character. I can't break character and start buttoning up my blouse. I have to be at certain points to reach certain spots of the ride. So I had to continue at least the first half of that ride with my shirt hanging open, and I did it twice.
Twice? Wait, how did it happen the second time?
Because again, I unbuttoned. I didn't learn the first time, and I fell asleep, and I heard oh no, the bank is being robbed, and I'm like, oh God.
It really seems like you've glossed over a detail that may or may not have happened, which would be a hangover. Was there any?
No,
nothing. Just
nope. It was just your 6th hour of every 12-minute bank explosion going off. You're hot. You're sweaty. You just
tell it then.
What are you doing?
What?
You just want to cool down a little.
There's a gas explosion.
So you're backstage. You just really loosen up that first button.
Because
that was really refreshing. Let's try the second button.
Because of my boob sweat. What, you guys don't like a good amount of boob sweat?
That's what we need. Bring out the Benny Hill music with the boob sweat comment.
My favorite line is, and so the second time it happened.
You'd think I'd learned, but no.
What was the time difference between the first time and the second time?
It was months.
Damn. And what was the time difference between the second time and you no longer working the great movie ride?
2 hours.
And then I went into radio. Hey, you guys are lucky.
Where
You're
that kind of
welcome.
behavior is rewarded.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, coming up tomorrow for the Jim Colbert Show, we're going to talk to Deb with the Animal League for our Animal House. It's Wednesday, so we'll be talking to Orlando Sentinel columnist Scott Maxwell. We'll know when you know what's going to be happening with Jim, again, taking care of his mom's health situation. We want to thank Fox 35 Chief Meteorologist Jamie King for coming on and talking about what could be Tropical Storm Fred. Keep it tuned to Fox 35. Brad for trivia. God bless you, Brad.
Yeah.
And Code Black IT for supplying our summer of stuff.
And thanks to all the texters and the people who call and send their good thoughts for Jimmy as he's dealing with this family crisis right now, and keeping him in your prayers and sending good thoughts and good vibes. He appreciates it, and we do as well.
And for everyone who has texted, be rest assured Jimmy can access this even if he's at home, so your kind words will not be lost. Ross, we ready? We fully loaded? We stacked?
God, so ready.
So
why don't
ready.
you call it out, Ready Boy?
All right, we have Party Mom on line 1.
Party Mom, last call.
Hello.
Hello.
So first and last time for this experience, but hypothetically,
Nice.
I'm 16, dropped acid 2 hours before I had to be home. I wound up watching Wizard of Oz and psychedelic flowers on the ceiling with my dad, who I'm sure you guys remember.
Oh, that's right. Oh my, he was
weed every day.
He was kind of straight edge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Your dad is awesome.
Wow. I don't think he knew what she
no.
was. Yeah.
Hey, Party Mom's dad. Hey.
We got the All-Star cast. We got Mike Larson on line 3.
Oh, Mike Larson, P1.
One, hypothetically, can I get Party Mom's phone number?
Hey, oh, God.
Please.
Who's next, Ross?
That actually might work. We have Dexter on line 4.
Ooh, speaking of serial killers, Dexter, last call.
Oh, lovely.
Hey, yeah, I got two things, if you don't mind. First, I want to invite you all to my country-themed exercise club. It's called Boot Scootin' Pilates.
Yeah.
Pilates.
Second, on behalf of all the loyal listeners to the Jim Colbert Show, let me be the first to say, Deborah, you're a loser. How's that feel?
Thank you, Dexter. Who's next, Ross?
I did not see that coming. We have Pete on line 5.
Screw you, Dexter.
Pete, you're up.
Last call.
Hey, just wanted to remind you, we the willing, led by the unknowing, have been doing the impossible. We have been doing so much with so little for so long. We are now qualified to do almost anything with nothing. Yellow sunshine.
All right.
I love it. I think that might be George Carlin.
Yeah, that's a thinker right there.
Yeah, I think that might be George Carlin, but I love it.
That sounded like a ghost.
Yeah.
Let's welcome Beth on line 2.
Beth.
This is for you, Jack Bradshaw.
Oh, boy.
Thursday, Yankees and the White Sox. Field of Dreams on Fox 35.
Oh, that is wonderful. Thank you very much, Deb, because I was afraid it was going to be on ESPN, which I don't have, but I do get Fox 35, so I can watch it. Thank you. Thank you.
Love you, honey.
Love you, Beth.
Love you, Beth. Bye.
This is over here calling you to let you know about baseball games?
Yeah. No, when they're on TV. Yeah. Ross, they're playing in the cornfield from the Field of Dreams
That's
movie.
right. It's the first MLB game to officially be played in the Field of Dreams field. They've been waiting years to do it.
They've come. That right? Isn't that? I haven't
Well,
seen
she
a
did
movie.
mention White Sox. So, like I said,
Dexter,
you're the winner.
Yay, Dexter.
Hey, Dexter. I'm slaying you, aren't I, Ross?
No better way to end the show on
I'm
that.
just slaying you left and right. Like I said, thank you so much for everyone joining us today. We look forward to joining you tomorrow. We're after the News Junkie. They're after the Monsters in the morning. They keep it on the best radio station till the end of time. Until Wednesday, we will see you tomorrow, my friends. Be safe. And have a great rest of your Tuesday.
Ellen just said she's such a loser, she couldn't even get through for the last call.
Stop it!
Sorry, Ellen. Sorry about that.
We'll be back tomorrow. Jack's a loser.
We've all relied on friends' shoulders in tough times. But since we don't know who you are, per se, this is about as good as it gets. Like and follow @Real Radio 1041 on